treat for you. I got a treat for you, Michael. I got a treat for you. I got it just for you, for your birthday. I got no Sony CD or Microsoft layoff stories this week.
That's amazing.
Actually, no, that's true. Not true. I have a really small one from Xbox, but not a lot. Not a lot. Just a little one. Just a little one. But I got a lot more drama. We got a lot more drama to deal with. So, yeah, welcome everybody back to the world famous RageSelect podcast here on RageSelect. I'm the world famous Jeff,
and I'm Mike.
You could be world famous too. We can all. It goes everywhere.
There's too many Michaels for me to be specifically world famous.
Think there are enough Jeffs? There are too many Jeffs out there. To
I guess that's true. Too many cooks, they said.
Yeah, yeah. We should change our names to something really cool,
like Max Power.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we just need like I know this has come up a few times over the years. We need like morning DJ names. Like could be like I'm Armadillo Jeff, and with my co-host the Spider. Here on RSLE, all the hits coming to you 24/7. No,
the Ocho. Yeah, would have the sound effects every time.
Yep. Oh man, I would like a sound effect. Well, no, that's not true. I would have used the sound effects board
just over and over again.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Combo.
But before we get to that, Michael, I spent all of last week playing Mortal Shell 2.
I'm not surprised by this.
I was going to watch Toy Story 5. I was going to watch some other stuff. I was going to watch things. And then every time it came time to watch things, I was like, I'm going to play a little Mortal Shell 2 before I watch things. And then it turned into like, oh shit, I have to go to bed if I'm going to get 3.5 hours of sleep before I have to wake up tomorrow. And that's my life, except for today when I did watch the first 2 episodes of the new It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness, they're so funny.
I liked it. I liked it well enough. I realized that I've kind of been flipping on and off with the seasons. Like I don't think I liked the last season all that much.
That was one of my favorites, though, surprisingly enough. But that's because those guys themselves feel like they're kind of floundering here and there.
Like I looked at the last season, I was like, I think that the Mac and Dennis buy an ambulance with the micro
that shit was hilarious.
Dosing peppers.
Well, that's the best episode of all.
That was the best episode of last season.
Just
for
seeing
sure.
Mac fucking dancing to Bambolero as they're trying to resuscitate a guy. It's so fucking funny.
So yeah, the first 2 episodes here, it's funny. I don't know. I was kind of mixed. The first one was berserk.
It was wild.
It was bananas.
It was very old school fucking Always Sunny storyline.
Like Jesus, the amount of things happening.
And the ending of that episode was like, whoa.
Yep. Yeah. And then it was pretty good. I do feel I don't like it when It's Always Sunny rests too much on the like, here are characters, here are storylines, here are references to things that you've seen before. But the shit with the fucking ventriloquist dummy, I was just losing my mind at that stuff. Dennis is like, you're controlling it. You're the one that is doing this. Like,
I also love the fact that like at the beginning they're just like, yeah, because you're gay, and they're like, no, I'm not. And there's like, what are you talking about? It turns out he hadn't come out to his mom. But my favorite part was them referencing how he did it with his dad. It's like, well, I'd have to make a whole new dance.
Right.
I don't even know if that choreographer is still available. Fucking killed me.
It reminded me of like it was. I felt like it was the same Mac from the Gang Inflates, where he was eating the nuts and getting like more and more horrifying over the course of the episode.
What was perfect about it was they finally gave back Mac his fucking hair and his 5 o'clock shadow back.
Oh, okay.
Because Mac hasn't had that in a while because Rob Mac himself has been very clean shaven and short haired for a long time.
Yeah.
And so the last season, I always felt weird seeing Mac without any of those very defining features that he used to have.
Yeah.
And then in this one, it's great seeing him look more like what he used to look like in the rest of the show.
I think the second episode, I really liked. I don't know. The thing is that I really like It's Always Sunny. I put it on when I take naps because I've seen it so many times.
Okay.
I can just put it on the background. So I've technically I've been like in a liminal state rewatching the entire franchise just all the time.
Yeah.
The second episode, I really liked it. Kind of all the way up until the very end. Like it was so much at the end it was so kind of random and out of nowhere. Like I like watching Dennis and Dee be ridiculous.
Yes.
And they were so fucking so fucking good at being ridiculous.
From the start, it was so great because they're like, you're expecting the character like the random guy they talk to, he's expecting a reaction from them, and they're like, "Well, I don't care about any of that." And then they only want to like play around with stuff in there.
Yep.
Then it had the perfect "It's Always Sunny" starter of them being like, "We're about to get rich," and it just says Dennis and Dee do not get rich.
Yep.
And it's like, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like the fact that they've done a little bit of reset from the end of last season.
Yes.
I when I go back and watch the show, I think the episodes that I like the most tend to be kind of a smaller.
Well, they're like in a vacuum. Like you can watch them without having to see other episodes in between.
The gang text when they go to the zoo.
Yes.
I love that. It's just all in one episode. Everybody's got a little thing to do, but it's not ridiculous. There's not the amount of ridiculous that there is in this particular season.
Yeah, so far, because this particular season's gone pretty far.
Yeah.
Especially that first one.
Yeah.
That first one's like, you guys, wow, I did not expect you to go there.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And then the second episode was I thought was fun because of the fact that you got to see Mac's dad and his brother in the same scene at the same time was really fun because we knowing that it's the same actor, just doing multiple things.
I didn't realize it was the same actor.
I found that out on accident because I remember when he plays his brother, I was looking at him going, that can't be the guy. And then I Google it and he's like, yeah, I came back to play just the brother. And I'm like, that's the same dude? Like, that's fucking wild to me.
It looks so different with all the fucking prison tattoos and the scumbag stuff on him. Yeah,
because he posted some behind the scenes stuff because it was like him like as the dad and then him as not as the brother, and then them like sort of showing how they did the different them at the table or whatever. And I was like, this is just wonderful. I love this because I love because for people who don't know, it turns out Mac's uncle is actually more like Mac is.
Right, yeah.
And then and Charlie's just confused that he doesn't want anything to do with it.
He really hates him and he doesn't want anything to do with him.
He's like, see, I told you his lame. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's all the things you want from your dad, literally right there.
Is that the episode where it was Charlie's like sisters?
Yeah, because they're going
with their teeth,
they go on a road
jar
trip.
Of teeth.
Exactly. Yeah, they go on a road trip to see his sisters, and they're like, well, we're gonna stop by my uncle's house to get my grandfather's letters or whatever because he stole them from my dad. And then it has this whole thing where it turns out he's also turns out he's gay. And he had all this a disapproving dad. Like he's literally everything Mac is. Yeah, it's just so funny. Yep. But watch the new season. It's still pretty funny so far.
I mean, the thing is that I'm always It's Always Sunny is good. I feel like it's a little bit it's dipped a little bit in my opinion, but it's dipped from such a height that it's still doing it for me.
That's the thing. I've never thought of an actual legit bad episode of It's Always Sunny. Yeah. There are people who will say that they think there's an episode that they think is bad. Yeah. But I'll be like, no, there was a lot of really fun things in that episode. Yeah. That I'm willing like The Game Goes to Hell. The two-parter,
with the ship.
That some people's not a lot of people love those, but there's some really funny fucking moments in both of those episodes.
It just doesn't all you look at The Gang Goes to Hell and you compare it to the fucking Marine Ponderosa wedding, and it's like night and day. Night and day. Like I'd rather watch one over the other, but if that one was on, I would still watch it. Like it's not a bad thing.
I still think about those two episodes all the time, especially the first half of it. Yeah, because they realize it's a dry cruise. Right. And they're just like, hey, they have non-alcoholic chasers or something.
Oh, like mixers,
not alcoholic mixers, and it made me laugh really hard. And then there's the whole when you finally see Dennis try to do the implication. Right. And then he's talking to Dee about it earlier in the episode, and they were like, well, yeah, I know the implication. Well, yeah, no, I understand what you mean. They both understand each other immediately. Yeah, so fucking funny.
I think that a similar thing happened to me with What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, that's exactly what happened to me.
Super high. But with What We Do in the Shadows, it dipped far enough that I think with that last season, I ended up just waiting for it to all be out and then watching it.
And there's some pretty good stuff in that last season.
It's fine. It wasn't something I wanted to get my hopes up every week for.
Exactly. I didn't rewatch I still rewatch season 1 and 2 all the time for What We Do in the Shadows. In fact, I had this party thing at my house a while back. It was my girlfriend got addicted to Summerween, so when summer hits, she's like, "We're gonna do a Halloween thing."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, there's no like playlist on streaming sites for Halloween things in the middle of summer."
Yeah.
So I just put on What We Do in the Shadows.
Sure.
And I just watched it. I'm like, wait, this is still really fucking funny.
Season 1 of What We Do in the Shadows, fucking, it rules so hard.
Yeah, it fucking was incredible.
And what is with FX shows? I thought the same thing happened with Archer, where Archer like started really strong, and then as it went on, I was less. I mean, and be very clear here. I'm not saying It's Always Sunny is bad. I'm just saying that I feel like the newer episodes don't hit the heights of the other ones.
For Archer,
in my opinion,
for Archer, it makes sense because it's like a very extreme show, and then it has the same issue a lot of those shows do, where they try to have continuity,
right?
And then it starts to drop because you have to. They start forgetting where they were going.
Yeah.
And then with Archer, you're like, I don't know what the hell the plan was. And then the original guy left mid fucking show, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, that's me. What about you? You got anything outside? I don't want to like completely snake It's Always Sunny.
I discovered this recently. And I was surprised no one told me about this show.
Okay.
It's called Mashle, I think is the name of it.
Yeah, Mashle, Magic and Muscles.
Yes. I didn't know this thing existed.
I have told you about this show several times. I've told you about this show several times.
Well, Jeff, we talk about a lot of things. Like, we always forget about a lot of things after a while.
Yeah.
But I just never sat down and watched it.
Match is great. Because so fucking
I
good.
vaguely remembered you mentioning it to me, but my girlfriend was watching it when I got home yesterday after we did RageSelect, and I'm watching this fucking thing, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yep.
Because it's just, like, for people who don't know, I'm sure Jeff can correct me because I only saw like 3 or 4 of these episodes. It's about a guy who lives in a world of magic, who doesn't know magic. And it's like a no-no to be a person without magic.
Yep, you get exiled if you don't have magic.
And so his grandfather raises him, but he is so stupidly powerful when strength and speed and everything that people basically think he's doing magic. And he basically goes to Hogwarts is what happens. And he wants to be the, what was it?
I forget what the name of
Scion or some shit or something.
Their champion thing is.
Something of magic. I forgot what it was, but you need to like prove yourself. It kind of has the Demon King thing sort of has that sort of same idea.
He wants to be like the fucking best guy, and then you become like a sage, and then you can change the world in a certain way.
Yeah, and so he wants to do that, but this guy is clearly just the most neurodivergent fucking human being on the planet.
He has no facial expression.
He has no facial expression.
No facial expression.
She was watching the English dub, so which made it even funnier. Because the English dub guy is so nonchalant about anything at all times, and everybody has their bombastic English dub actor stuff. That it's even funnier because he's just like, well, I just want a cream puff, I guess.
He's
Maybe
into
buy him a cream puff.
Shoe cream puffs.
And he's just beating the shit out of everyone.
Like I'll give you an example to people who don't know. There's an episode where they play essentially Quidditch, where everybody's flying around in their brooms, and Mashle, of course, has no magic, so he can't make the broom move. So what he does is he gets on the broom, and then he just like shakes his legs back and forth so fucking fast that it creates upward lift, so that he can just play the fucking game using his dumb strength.
And I found out, I looked it up just to be sure if I wasn't hallucinating this thing. And it turns out the manga's not very long. But everybody's just like, this is the first manga this guy ever created, and he kind of just did it for the fuck of it. And it was clearly just him being like, what if One Punch Man and Harry Potter
what if One Punch Man went to Hogwarts?
The same universe, basically. And just went from there. And god damn it, is it wonderful.
It's incredibly fun. It's 100% watchable. I think Amanda was trying to watch that with John, so you guys are all over there. Now, if you want, I'll tell you, if you want to know where you might go next, there is a show called Wisteria Sword and Wand, or Wand and Sword, or something like that. And that is Mashle if it was serious. It's about a guy that goes to magic school, but he can't really do magic, but he's like, he can fucking fight with a sword.
Well, that's what Black Clover was too, technically.
Sort of,
Because I remember, because she watched Black Clover originally.
Well, but then Black Clover, I don't know. They give him some bullshit. They give him some Chosen One bullshit.
That's the problem I had with it, because I watched Black Clover, and I'm like, where's this going? And they're like, well, actually, it turns out, and I'm like, I don't care anymore.
With Black Clover, I stopped watching that because I don't do this very often. I mean, I did it with One Punch Man Spider-Man eventually, but like I was watching Black Clover and I was at the point where like, my God, what was your budget for this? This is awful.
Yeah.
This is ugly as shit.
It gets worse as it goes on.
Animation is fucking terrible. And they're like, yeah, but the movie's coming out. And I'm like, well, maybe that's good, but I don't give a shit anymore. Like I got Demon Slayer movies that are good that I could be watching. That
was the other thing she watched. She watched that like 3 times.
Yep. If you want something fun, everybody, it's called Philosophy No Something. The end credit song "Shoe Cream Funky Love" is an incredible earworm for Mashle, for the first season of Mashle, and they have a whole music video where it's a little J-pop crew of ladies, and they're all on this game show trying to win cream puffs, and it's adorable and it's great. It'll stick in your head for weeks. So,
but yeah, I highly recommend the show.
Yep,
I just forgot its existence.
So good. So good.
It's on Netflix apparently.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff comes there eventually. Okay, let's jump right in. So before we get into the drama, we've got some drama, but there was a 20-minute, this is so weird. Last week, so there's a 20-minute Phantom Blade Zero State of Play deep dive on Sony's channel.
Okay.
There was a 20-minute state of play that they announced last week with a 10-minute trailer.
I thought that was the actual thing. I didn't realize that the 10-minute trailer was for this.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I watched it, and I don't know. We're not going to like do too much on this because Phantom Blade Zero. I mean, like I said it last week when we were talking about the trailer. It looks like this year's Black Myth Wukong. The big draw.
I did not expect Donnie Yen to just appear.
They got Donnie Yen, and he's playing as kind of the bad guy. He's also, just doing motion capture and voice acting and stuff. And yeah, it's about a guy, and he gets his heart torn out, and he gets like a fake heart, but he's only got, I think it was like 66 days to live. He's got to go try to figure out what's going on and try to save himself. Here's something weird. This is definitely one of those like Chinese games. It's a lot of it's based on this whole like wuxia like myths and weapons and stuff like that. It appears from this trailer as if all of the dialogue is lip synced to English voice acting. And that voice acting is not very good.
That's a shame.
To the point where I was noticing it. Like, and I don't know shit. I've got like auditory face blindness. So, but the action looks pretty good. It's a kind of a semi-open world. It's not a fully open world. It's like you're traveling back and forth between like big areas that have lots of little secrets and stuff in it. So more of like a hub and spoke kind of thing than a full-on open world. It looks really nice, it's very nice looking game. It definitely, they didn't go into the mechanics a lot, but they did say that from everything I can see in the trailer, there are like it looks like there's like kind of break meters like there is in Sekiro that build up, or even Mortal Shell 2, to be honest. And there's a bunch of different weapons, and there's like sub weapons, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. It definitely looks like. It just looks like it looks like a Black Myth Wukong, basically. Like,
well, that's the thing. That's always been my problem with a lot of these specific Chinese action, or these Chinese action games specifically, because they all look the same to me after a while.
Yeah, because
they all have the same kind of lighting, the same sort of design choices they do. And I don't mean that because that I feel like they're not creative. It's just I feel like they're just all using the same engine.
They are,
and these specific. These specific designs are just so specific to their mythology sometimes,
right? That
it accidentally makes them all blend in together.
No, I get that. This one looks a lot more polished. This one looks like sharper. Yeah. They're all, of course, they're all using Unreal Engine 5, but yeah, this looks a little bit sharper. They're calling this one. They said it a bunch of times. I don't think it works very well. Kung Fu Punk, which is supposed to be basically steampunk.
Why couldn't you just call it Kung Punk? I mean, that would have worked better.
Punk Fu, like, hey, we got other ways to do this. It definitely looks like there's a lot of interesting stuff. They've got that steampunk kind of thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like, I don't know, Neo a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that too, actually.
And yeah, I don't know what. There's a whole lot else to say. There's a bunch of different weapons and stuff. Obviously, that's something that all these have. They did mention something that was kind of interesting, where there's like a normal mode and then there's like a hard mode, and the hard mode apparently the like bosses won't have as much like pattern to them.
Really?
Like they actually compared it more to a fighting game where it's more about like punishing whiffs and like exploiting on the fly kind of stuff that happens. And then they have like a super difficult mode where they took the 66 days that your character is supposed to be living and they translated that into 66 lives. And so it's the hard mode, but if you die 67 times, you fucking save game's deleted, and that's it. You got to start over again.
That's actually kind of fun.
Which, I mean, I'm never gonna fucking play that. Oh, they also talked. This is interesting about like they're letting you refund all of the materials for upgrades, so that if you want to like change between weapons, you can refund upgrade points, you can refund upgrade materials, and basically fully respec into other weapons on the fly without having to like grind or work at it. So I don't know. I mean, there's some stuff going on here it's nice. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I learned from this. I was kind of a little bit disappointed. Oh, they did have a boss fight where they had the big, what was it, Chinese like New Year dragons, like they're going down the street.
So
you got like
a couple guys under it type of thing.
Yeah, a couple guys with like a thing on top, which would be more interesting to me if Elden Ring hadn't done that 2 years ago with the Sacred Beast that was obviously two guys like in a thing.
Well, I feel like this isn't even the last game I've seen in a trailer doing that specific thing, because wasn't even like Neo 3 having something like that?
I'll be honest, man. I play those Neo games and they just fucking slip right out of my brain when I'm done.
Well,
so I'm not sure.
I swore that had something, because I remember it's a trailer or something that had something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was even Onimusha. That's the problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like something showed off something like that before.
So yeah, I mean, it looks good. Like it looks like it is what it is. Like I think that what I learned. I as a little editorializing here, I got really, really, really super duper into Mortal Shell 2 last week, and I think it's because it's just like I like Souls games, and there haven't been any.
No.
Like a lot of these new ones are this kind of like Sekiro cross between a character action game like Black Myth Wukong, which I don't think is a bad game, but I like this kind of slow, ponderous, like kind of gritty gothic stuff. And a lot of times these Chinese, your fallen Wu-Chang fallen feathers and Black Myths and stuff are a little bit more of this like hyperkinetic action.
They also want to be very artistic. Is the other thing.
Yes.
Like there's something very specific about the enemies, the moves that you do, the world itself. Like it's very much like this is a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's just it's very different from what Souls type games do.
Yeah.
Where the world is much more dreary.
Yep. So yeah, go watch that if you want to know more. It comes out October 29th. So just in time for Halloween, I guess.
Yeah, just in time to not be out at the same time as Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. Well, speaking of Grand Theft Auto, we got the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. So that's just, there's a lot going on here.
Yes, there's quite a bit. I've seen some stuff about it. One of the things is that somebody was saying this footage might be a year old.
Yeah, there's a good there. Well, okay, so I think that part of that is there's a couple of things. Well, let's just do the thing first.
Yes, let's do the thing.
Somebody has a build of GTA 5. This
or GTA 6.
GTA 6. This organization called CyberLeak, and they've been putting out a few videos at a time. This was
by leak, it's literally like the food leak.
Yes, yeah, LEEK.
Yeah,
I
even a little guy in a suit that's like has a leak head and sunglasses.
Yeah, this was confirmed, I think, in one of the videos by the fact that I don't have that video, but
is it the one where it says like they shoot leak
they
into
shoot the LEEK into the wall. Indicating that this isn't just footage.
Yes,
it's like an actual
game.
build.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, there's been some question as to how old this footage is because one, the version of the metadata on the file seems to indicate that it was encoded in 2023.
Okay.
And then two, and this is probably much bigger, Michael. None of the UI is finished. Like, like Grand Theft Auto would not launch with just this map, like, or you see the weapon wheel that comes up, or like some of the way that the dialogue it comes up on the screen. None of this would be acceptable to any person.
Well, yeah, because right now the weapon wheel and even the map feel like PS2 era Grand Theft Auto.
They look. I mean, they're just boxes. They have no art to them whatsoever.
Exactly. So it's very much like this is your old school thing they have.
Right.
There's no button prompts either.
Yeah.
For things.
Yes.
Because even if you're playing on PC, it would mention what they are.
Right.
And so it's like interesting that's like, so this clearly feels more like a beta.
Yeah.
Than anything else. He is threatening a lot of weird shit though. For this.
That's true. Well, let's go over what we see. There's a couple of interesting things in here. They show there's certain parts where they show what appears to possibly be a morality system. There's like a little devil thing that comes up when they're attacking people. There was one indication that said that you might have to put gas in cars, which I'm like, well, I did have to spend a lot of time cleaning my horse in Red Dead 2. So,
that's true.
Like, Rockstar does sometimes do that dumb shit where they're like, polish your guns. Realism. And I'm like, okay.
You gotta make sure you clean your gun so your gun fires better or whatever.
They do show a part where Jason picks up a hat on the ground and just puts it on, kind of like in Grand Theft Auto or in Red Dead. You could just put on a hat. There's a little text window when he walks up to a car where it says like clone the key
instead of just like
busting the window and going in.
Because smash the window, which is the normal one, is still the option there.
Yeah.
He also like steals a guy's gun.
Yep. Takes a guy's gun. There's a lot of. I mean, it's funny how like there are no. That's one of the other things is there are no missions here.
No.
It's just basically him running around like bashing on people. So yeah, let me say I had some stories. I had a list here of some of the other stuff that people have seen. Weapon Wheel. There was a 2025 song that was in there somewhere. There was one where they showed like a little basketball mini game that was pretty fun. And the 6-star wanted level is back. So instead of 5 stars and 6 stars, which gives you a little bit more of a way to a little bit more leeway. And yeah, I think that's kind of mostly what we see. Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of questions out there about like this looks like shit. And I'm like, well, first off, these are low resolution videos.
Yeah.
Like these are incredibly low resolution videos. But I'll be honest, Michael, if this was what Grand Theft Auto 6 looks like, I think this looks like a really fun game to play.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
if somebody's like, this looks like garbage, I'm like, oh, you got to be 12.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way this looks like garbage to you.
I mean, the lighting engine looks like it's not quite as done as it is in the trailers, which would make it look better. But, you know, there's a lot of the animation, and the animation
it still looks better than what Grand Theft Auto 5 looks like now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, even unfinished.
If this is what Grand Theft Auto 6 ends up looking like, I'm sure that there's Jesus. That's that man's balls.
Yeah, you just destroy that man's balls and butt.
If this is what Grand Theft Auto 6 ends up looking like, you know what? I would need to see what this looks like directly in 4K with HDR turned on my TV. But I'd be willing to bet that like. You know, this is acceptable. This is an acceptable level of detail to play an open world Grand Theft Auto game.
Still more than so many other open world games that actually released.
Now, I think that this is an older build, and that this is like there's 2 years worth of polish on top of this.
Oh, I guarantee you this is an older build. Like everything about it screams older build.
Yeah. So one of the things that happened was that the Cyber League team is basically asking for donations in the form of cryptocurrency.
Because the image keeps saying buy Cyberlink. It also has like a QR code for their website.
Yep.
And shit. Like this is kind of stupid when you think about it, type of thing.
Oh yeah, there's also a big thing with the map. They put out the whole map so you can like zoom in on the map. It shows kind of how big it is. But they got so this, I don't know. I feel like people. I need to go read some comments or get a poll about whether people just hate this. But they also put out this statement that was about like, yeah, we're doing this because you aren't giving us a disc, and you guys are anti-consumer, and it's too expensive. And you guys, I'm gonna keep leaking stuff until you say you'll put out a CD with the game on it, and you lower the price. And it's like, fucking what, bitch? Like, no company in the world is going to be like, oh no, quit leaking my shit on Twitter. I had to search around Reddit for an hour to find the footage because it keeps getting DMCA'd.
They also came out with like this thing that said like twinkle twinkle or some shit. That was just like, you guys think you're the Riddler now? Like, what are you guys doing? And I was watching something earlier where they were saying that their threats have amped up, being like, well, we actually have some of the story, and we're going to show the ending off or whatever. And everyone's just like, so? That's not why I don't play Grand Theft Auto games for its story anymore. Part 4 was the only really good story, in my opinion, in the entire series.
What is this? CyberLeak will not stop until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to do better. Words are not enough. Restitution is mandatory. I'm like, what? Who do you think you are? Like, I am sorry, but like, I don't know. I mean, the idea that this is kind of what I don't like about this whole thing that's been going on is the idea that it's like, this is my cause, right? This is the cause. Sony must pay. Rockstar must pay.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
This isn't the way to do it. And even if this was like... Again, this is like something the Riddler would do.
Right.
It's not this is
something the Riddler from the Batman would do.
Yeah, it's not something that like it's not a real world thought process.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying. Like it's like if this was an episode of Batman 66, and somebody called Batman going, the Riddler stole Grand Theft Auto 6 Batman, and he's demanding discs or whatever, and it'd be like, holy disc, Batman, or some shit. It would be like an episode of that, because it's all absurd.
Right.
It's all absurd.
Rockstar is not going to I mean, first off, CyberLeak, if you want discs, then you better be ready for the people that come down on you for the fact that if they were to put Grand Theft Auto 6 on discs, Michael, it'd be coming out in April of next year. Like, you can't do it between now and then. You have to have a gold submission a certain amount of time before it comes out. It's not long enough now.
I know.
Right? Like, you can't swerve now. And then what the fuck would be the point of Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out on discs when Sony's going to stop selling discs? Like, they probably would just be like, nah, I guess if you want a crappy Grand Theft Auto, like 4 Blu-rays that you have to switch between, then, like, I guess you can have that. But
it's just, it's insane. And it makes everybody who is actually trying to get discs look bad.
Yep.
In such a strange... It's like having Mr. Incredible pop out and being like, you're not affiliated with me.
Right. Well, no, Stop Killing Games came out and put out a statement saying, like, yeah, we're not associated with this motherfucker.
Well, that's literally what I meant. Yeah. Like, Buddy is CyberLeak, and they're Mr. Incredible. You're not affiliated with me. Fucking stop it.
Well, and they're just like, they're asking people to buy fucking cryptocurrency to support them. And you know what? Like, let's just let me take my glasses off to make my point more effectively, because that's what that does. As of the recording of this podcast, Michael, we are 7 days confirmed from the next Grand Theft Auto footage.
Yeah, the Netflix one, right?
On Netflix, and then 6 hours later, it's going to be on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's be... 6 minutes after it comes out, it's going to be on YouTube.
Oh, guaranteed.
Like,
or at least on Twitter.
Or on Reddit. I mean, yeah, Twitter doesn't give no shits.
No.
So, like, it's obvious that you're like, I need to get my Bitcoins now, goddammit, because as soon as it comes out and they're like, here's what the actual game looks like, everybody's like, who? The what? The what leak? Who? The guy that tried to trick me into buying cryptocurrency with a 2023 version of Grand Theft Auto 6?
It's funny because speaking of Batman, you know what it reminds me of is the beginning of Batman No Man's Land.
Yeah.
Where somebody's like, I know when the earthquakes are going to hit, so pay me and I'll stop the earthquakes. And it turns out he had nothing to do with it, and the earthquakes are going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 6 are the earthquakes. He's just like, I'll show the earthquakes each time, or the earthquake will never happen. You're like, no, that earthquake's going to happen with or without you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, the pre-orders are already in.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's...
Hundreds of dollars.
Billions of dollars of pre-orders have already come in. There is no stopping this thing.
No.
Like, nobody is going
it's self-sustaining now.
Right. and hey, a lot of those pre-orders are digital, which means that you're going to get your fucking money back for jack shit. Like,
no. PlayStation does not give refunds for pre-orders. It is on their website.
Yep. So, yeah. So, it's interesting to see because, honestly, I'm like, I look at this footage and I'm like, hey, if it was that if it was doing those things, but it looked better and it was a little bit more polished, yeah, it looks fun as shit. I'd love to play that game. All you're doing is making me more excited to play Grand Theft Auto 6, leaker. I don't give a shit what you put on the internet.
Honestly, all it did was make me happy. I finally saw some more Grand Theft Auto footage.
Right.
I was like, look, dude, I've been waiting forever for footage. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy this game either way, man.
I don't know. I'm getting a little bit irritated about like this whole that the laser focus of like, okay, let's just say I want Sony to keep making optical media, right?
Yeah.
Which it probably isn't going to happen. But that idea keeps getting diluted into these other things of like, and also I want them to lower the price. And also I want you to make Gravity Rush 3. And also I want a PlayStation Classic skin to be back in stock for my PS5 Pro. And also I want you to rehire that guy from the 2000s that did the commercials to be your spokesman. And it's
Kevin
like,
Butler back.
Whoa. Like, you guys need one thing, and you need to be able to get people like psyched enough that they're able to do something, because right now all indications are nobody's doing shit. In fact, most people probably don't even know about this. It takes sickos like you and me who are on the internet to know about this shit. Most people just be like, what the fuck? I'm on Netflix and there's I'll watch Grand Theft Auto. So, yeah.
Yeah, the general audience has zero idea this is happening.
Absolutely. All right. We got a little bit of time, so let's move on. Kingdom Hearts. We had D23 last week, and Kingdom Hearts got a little bit of love. Actually, got a lot of love.
It got a lot, actually.
A lot of love, yeah.
It was also the most love it had gotten in a while, because all the trailers we saw were so only about the Square Enix-iness of it,
right,
and not the Disney-ness of it.
It was all the modern day shit. It was all the like, Sora is now walking around in a world that makes it look even more ridiculous with his fucking big feet and his spiky hair.
Exactly.
So yeah, there was a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go into too much of it because I wasn't ready to watch a 1 hour panel of people talking about things.
It was mostly the extended gameplay that most people watched anyways.
Yeah, so there was a 3-minute little gameplay trailer where they showed off Coco, Coco world.
There's a Coco world,
which I know you're going to be excited about.
It turns out Mexico is canon in the Kingdom Hearts universe.
I got to tell you, it's funny because I think that Kingdom Hearts 4 so far has looked incredibly janky with them trying to put a Heartless in the middle of a semi-photorealistic city.
Yes.
And it looks dumb to me. This looks great.
This looks incredible, actually.
Looks great. Like,
because the consoles have gotten so good that the models for the movies now look closer to the movies.
Yeah.
Instead of like far away from them type of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, they showed off some of that. I'll be honest, Michael, I mean, like, half of this shit is just like saying stuff that I don't understand and I don't want to understand.
I never finished 3, and so I didn't understand any of it either.
Yeah.
But I was just like, look, Mickey's here.
Yeah.
Got Donald and Goofy are here.
They did show there's like these Mickey sections where it's like a Epic Mickey section.
Yeah.
Where it's like Mickey going into books and stuff. I really don't know how to feel about the fucking real world stuff, because I just think that the world that they're in is not stylized enough. In fact, I know one of the problems that I have is in this one frame, you could see the proportions of the regular ass human beings that live in this world.
Well, also there's like normal street signs and very normal cars.
Right.
Like,
and then you look at Sora and it's just like, it would be like if I ordered a pizza and when the door opened, Roger Rabbit was holding it, and I'd be like, what the fuck? How do you even exist in this world?
Well, the funniest thing is I saw one of those images where it's like, these are all of the Soras next to each other, and they're like, man, they took all of his color from him, because he's just wearing a black outfit with giant shoes.
Yeah.
His hair isn't even as spiky as they used to be.
Dude, his feet are normal.
Yeah, his feet are normal.
I didn't realize they'd shrunken his feet to be normal size.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's like, they've
what have they done to my boy's feet?
They've made him normal. But then you cut to like the kingdom, this world, and he's got bigger shoes again.
Yeah.
But they're not as huge as they once were.
Yeah.
But it's very much like, okay, well, we're still getting the old Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah.
Because they also, I don't remember if the footage was from this or not, where I think the Hercules stuff is back as well.
Oh.
Because James Woods had let it slip that he's like, oh, by the way, I've done Hades for something else.
Right. Hades is in this footage briefly.
Yeah, then definitely is what I was thinking of.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a bunch of fucking Kingdom Hearts. It looks like Kingdom Hearts. You guys like Kingdom Hearts? You got some more Kingdom Hearts. You get Kingdom Hearts, and it's coming late next year, which is, hey, from Square Enix. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like a release date that far in advance? Are you kidding me?
It blows my mind, especially with how long it took between 2 and 3.
Yep. Yeah. And so that means that next year we'll be looking at the third Final Fantasy VII, that Final Fantasy phone game that they're making into a real boy game.
Oh, yeah.
And this all in the same year. And I'm like, good. Will you get that all out of your system? Get it all out of your system and announce Final Fantasy 17, you fucking bitches. I follow you because of Final fucking Fantasy, not Dragon Quest, not Kingdom Hearts, like actual Final Fantasy, not remakes of old Final Fantasy.
Look, Jeff,
Sorry.
unless it's got Donald Duck in it, they're not interested right now.
Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. Final Fantasy 16 came out a long time ago, and I want more fucking Final Fantasy. All right?
Yeah, it wasn't that far back, but it was far enough that there should have been an announcement by now.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, I'm a sucker, so I'm a total sucker. What's his face is back? That guy.
It's Riku. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's back. Purple Man. Purple Man's back. Yeah, so and it looks good. Like they've obviously taken some of the lessons that they had in the Final Fantasy VII remakes and applied them here. Like the Final Fantasy VII remakes, I don't care for them, but they look good, and they've applied that here. And I got to be honest, like when I first saw the beginning of the Coco footage, I was like, is this a scene from the movie that I don't remember? Because it looks so much like.
Well, it's not like the exact scene from the movie, but it's only slightly. I don't know. And the word I'm saying makes it sound bad, but it's only slightly worse.
Yeah.
And by worse, I don't mean like, oh, it's terrible. And I'm like, no, it's just that if you up-res this by just a tiny smidge, you have the movie.
Right.
Like straight up, and it's fucking
and it's running
phenomenal.
in real time, and you can like move the camera around and shit.
Yeah,
so.
that's phenomenal. Like there's so much cool shit that they've. Like we compared this to Kingdom Hearts 1, we've come a long fucking way at recreating the entire movie that you're visiting.
Are you excited? Are you interested in this? Are you excited?
I'm not anymore, but that's because I just don't care about Kingdom Hearts anymore. But I'm excited for everyone who is excited, so they can try to explain this to me with a whiteboard and in 2 hours of time type of thing.
Yeah, and they also definitely said they were like that 2027 release is 100%. They were like, it's not 85%, it's not 90%. Like we are releasing at the end of next year 100%.
It feels like they learned their lesson on showing off Kingdom Hearts 3 super early.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, look, we're not going to show you anything and more until we're really sure we're far ahead.
Sure.
And it seems like that's where we're at now. And that's good.
Oh, wait, no. It's the Final Fantasy 16 or 14 expansion, Evercold. It's Evercold, Final Fantasy Revelation, and Kingdom Hearts 4. I think the Final Fantasy 7 thing is later. Sorry.
Well, 7 is I think is next year, isn't it?
7 Part 3. I don't remember.
I swore it was next year in like May or something.
But
it was much sooner than anybody expected.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I might actually.
I think it was. I think it is just Revelation. I think Final Fantasy 7 is just called Revelation.
Revelation.
Because all three of them have like an R word, not the R word, but an R word type thing. Because it's remake, rebirth, and then Revelation.
Oh yeah, Q1, Q2 next year.
Yeah. So spring is what it was. Yeah.
Yep. Get it out of your fucking system. Get it out of your system, man, and come back to me with some new shit. Anyway. The other thing that they announced before we take a break is an anime adaptation,
which is actually that I'm actually interested in.
Yeah,
because I want to see what they do with that. Because maybe I'll understand the story.
Well, they have to, right? You have to assume that the person that's playing or is watching this doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, that's the hope at least.
Yes.
I want an adaptation. I don't want the Danganronpa ones where you had to play all the Danganronpas to understand the anime ones. That's what I'm worried about.
And then also I had something else I was going to... Oh, yeah. Also, the Kingdom Hearts game was number 2 on Steam last weekend after this shit went on. It was also really deeply discounted. It was way on sale.
That definitely helped them.
It was 70% off.
And it's just the 1 and 2 one, right? The one that has like all of them except for 3?
HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix.
Okay, so it was everything that's... It's all the games that aren't 3.
Yes.
But you can buy 3, probably. It was probably also discounted.
Yes.
As well, so... And... Because I know they're coming out with the full gigantic one later down the line.
Sure.
Do you know is the one that they had the AI cover or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's out already, but I think that's supposed to happen still.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I think we're going to wrap up there. We're a little... No, you know what? We got one more story. We're a little under time, so we got one more story from D23, and we'll do that. Matt... Groening, I never knew how to say it.
Groening. Now you got me second guessing it because I normally know how to say this.
Yeah, he was on a panel.
Groening, I think is what
they
it
were
is.
on a Simpsons panel, and somebody asked about the possibility of the Simpsons Hit and Run coming back. And he said, quote, "I think the original game is coming back in some form," unquote. At which point, the current showrunner for The Simpsons, Matt Selman, jumped in and said, "Or not," like to try to.
He's like, "That's not. I never said that."
Or maybe not. Or maybe in a video game. I mean, wait, no, fuck, not in a video game.
It turns out it's a disenchantment game. Yeah,
right. That's right.
Disenchantment.
It could be any cartoon.
Yeah,
could be Futurama.
Yeah, it could be that bunny comic he made years ago.
Yeah. I don't know. Simpsons Hit and Run is such a fucking weird thing because some people have such fond memories. I mean,
I'm shocked at how many fond memories they have of that.
I didn't play it, but I hear that it was interesting and good in a way. I'm also not a big Simpsons fan, so it's not a big thing for me.
I played it sort of, and what I remember is it was just, what if Grand Theft Auto was just like kind of a lightly made Simpsons game?
What if Grand Theft Auto was Crazy Taxi?
Well, it was that, but it was also like... Because the Crazy Taxis, you can't get out of the car.
Yeah.
Whereas with Hit and Run, you could walk around and stuff.
Oh.
So it had like the smallest amount of like GTA DNA in it. But it was so much fun just driving around in all the different Simpsons cars.
Yeah.
You could use all these different characters. There's a lot of great gags.
Sure.
A beautifully made city for the game at the time it was made type of thing. And then with Fortnite having, recreated a version of Springfield, it reminded everybody of that again.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, why don't we just make this again? Why don't they just
let Epic do it? They already got the assets sitting on their hard drives. It's going to take like $45 on a weekend to put it together. I know that there's already been several mod initiatives to just
they've been trying to remaster this for years.
Yeah.
I want them to remaster the Simpsons wrestling game. That's what they should be doing.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We come back. We've got a lot more stories left, so stick around, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And Michael, this doesn't happen often, but got to breaking news, sort of. They just that fucking guy released another thing, and it's
he's like, "Come and catch me, Batman!"
Right? Yeah. It's a flyover. It's like an airplane flying over the city. I was like, this is the fucking best looking game I've ever seen. This is like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, except it's a Grand Theft Auto game.
You can land and get out and walk around. Like, what the fuck?
Shoot
okay,
people.
Sure. I'm not giving you any crypto, bro. This is just making me more excited. I'm gonna go pre-order more digital games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pre-order more games for $100 with no disc, I guess.
Oh yeah, I have zero issues with it.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if next week there's a story about how, like, over the weekend there were fucking 20,000 new pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, Grand Theft Auto 6 is pre-ordered even more than ever before.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this game. And also, people started buying leaks for some reason.
Speaking of games, we're getting to see games early. D23 also had a little showcase for the Wolverine.
I still think this game looks great. I don't care what the internet's trying to tell me.
Well, you snaked me a little bit there because it's a little sizzle trailer. It was just a few. They showed Sentinel. They showed some fighting and stuff. It was mostly just cut scenes. And it looked great. If you ask me, if you ask the internet, apparently they were like, what is this, a PS2 game for babies? Like, one of the things, I guess, is there was some footage of, this is just footage they put online of, this is some Wolverine chasing this hand guy, and it's got like this little smell particles, and people were like, what is this fucking Sleeping Dogs, and I'm like, oh, Sleeping Dogs rules. I don't know.
Yeah, they keep comparing it to stupid things. Like, what is it? He runs like a person? You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there was a part where they showed like a boss fight with a Sentinel, and people were like, oh, this is like this Ben 10 game. I'm like, this is like 100 games.
Yeah.
This is when you fight the big thing and you've got to hit the hand when it comes down. Like, this is a bunch of games. I've played this boss fight over and over again. And
There's
it's
a Naruto
staple.
game like this,
Right.
guys.
Well,
like,
the idea of making it a staple or comparing it to Ben 10, I'm like, this is disingenuous. There are so many good games that have this boss fight where you're fighting the arm of the big thing that's trying to punch you.
Also,
like,
not only that, this is a thing that's been a giant boss enemy thing since arcade games existed.
Yeah.
Type of thing. You're like, what are you people talking about?
Yeah. I guess they're comparing it to the Wolverine Origins, which has a very similar fight.
Well, that one's like, okay, that's a different type of, like descriptor, but also that fight's kind of a pain in the ass because of the way it's designed.
Yeah,
compared to the other one.
And then there's there was one. I don't know if I actually have it here of him running towards like a building, and people are like, "Look at this shit! You're just running in a straight line."
Yeah,
and
I saw that one.
I haven't been this upset since. I saw somebody when that 007 game came out where they posted a video of them in one of the driving sequences just holding down the button without steering.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to play Gran Turismo in the middle of my Bond game.
Yeah.
I just want it to look cool. Like, I don't
I'd
care.
rather it have that ability.
I don't want to turn the wrong way and then have a game over and have to start the driving section over again. You fucking sick freaks.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
Like there's this one, I don't know why, but Facebook keeps trying to get me into this one stupid guy who keeps being like, I'm super pissed off about, and then he writes the stupidest hot take I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And one of them was about this game. He's just like, I'm super pissed off that people think that the Sentinels look better than the ones from the X-Men Days of Future Past movie. I'm like, because they're comic accurate. And fuck you, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't like anything, apparently, because what are you talking about? Because every post of his is like that, for whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, let people... the game's not even out yet. Like, what are you guys talking... You're not even, like, engaging with it. You're just seeing videos and then going, this is the lamest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a thing on the internet, right, where it's like it's been around for a long time, where it's cringe to like anything, right? You can like things ironically, like in an ironic way, where you're just like, oh man, that's so bad, I love it. Like, it's so stupid, and I love it. But you have to hate everything to show everybody how fucking smart and cultured taste you have.
What's funny is that the people are going back into the Hays Code from doing that. They're like, you like nudity?
Right.
You like boobs?
Right.
What are you, lame? It's like, what is wrong with you people?
Their community marketing manager of Wolverine over Insomniac came out and said, I think the wild way the algorithm amplifies and forces negativity upon you has me reconsidering my philosophy on telling devs to look or post here. It's a relentless onslaught that I cannot believe is good for anyone's mental health nor representative.
See, back in the day when somebody saw a tweet like that, they would be like, he said onslaught. That means onslaught's in the game. That's what we used to be as a society.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I keep seeing these hot takes about just like, yeah, man, I guess that Wolverine game seems okay, even though it's not open world. And I'm just like, I didn't want it to be open.
Yeah, I remember that was the thing we were talking about when they first announced it. Like, I don't think an open world Wolverine game would work.
No.
And they thought the same thing, it turns out. And I was happy for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I think that Wolverine game looks pretty good. Whatever. I guess.
I think it looks fantastic.
Whatever you say, internet. Like I don't allow the internet to make me feel bad about liking stuff, and I want to play the game where you get to slash people in the face with Wolverine.
Because I don't know if you saw the trailer that came out with today as well.
No,
it's
I don't
the
think
deluxe edition costumes trailer. So
Okay.
it actually shows the costumes like in play, and they actually look kind of cool because of the because you actually see them in motion instead of just the images for them.
The original costume does not look cool.
No, that one never looked cool. But the new, you see the new X-Men outfit.
Okay.
The Days of Future, or sorry, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then apparently the other ones are like original suits.
We made it up. They made it up.
Yeah.
I made this shit up.
Also, they show like the different claws thing.
Yeah.
Because I forgot that they mentioned that. So like some of his claws like look really weird.
Yeah.
Because of it. So yeah.
Anyway, we also in other Sony news. I don't know if anybody even knows this, but there's a Horizon multiplayer live service game.
I keep feeling like I forget it exists.
It's kind of cartoony, and it's like 3-player PvE where you and 2 other people get together and you've got to like do objectives and hunt the Horizon guys. And the art style is a little bit more cartoony, a little younger.
Yeah, it didn't try to be the realistic game.
Yeah,
so it had a much more.
It's called Horizon Hunters Gathering.
I'm trying to figure out a good way of explaining the way it looks. It's kind of like when you like there used to be Spider-Man games like this where like you'd have the Spider-Man game that was very realistic.
Yeah.
And then you had the one that was like for the PS2 or something that looked more cartoony.
It used to be that you would downgrade the graphical fidelity, but then like give it a unique art style to try to make up for it, to get it running on something that it wasn't. They couldn't render as well as your primary console.
You know, a good one that I just realized, the Ghostbusters video game. There's the Ghostbusters video game where everybody was super realistic, Dan Aykroyd's.
Yeah.
And then there was the cartoony one where they're all like chubby looking.
They kind of look like Pixar's. They kind of look a little bit like a Pixar via Spider-Verse.
Exactly.
Pixar by way of Spider-Verse.
And so this leans heavily into that sort of Spider-Verse-y type art color style.
Yep.
And it looks kind of neat as a concept, but knowing what it's supposed to be is what makes this news story very funny.
Well, they also they had a beta for it like 3 months ago, and I don't remember anybody talking about it at all.
I didn't even know the beta happened.
Yep.
I knew it was supposed to, and I didn't hear anything about it.
Yep. So yeah, that shit is being yanked back, and they're taking out the live service elements. They're putting in a story mode, and they're making a much smaller game with the story mode to put it out. And I'm like, great. I would play that. Like I would play this one for the dojo, and then never touch it again. But I might actually play a full, take your guys, take your art and all your things, and make a single player game out of it. Okay, good, Sony, you've learned. You're learning. It's learning. Yeah. It's evolving.
Somebody was like, "Hey, we made another Concorde. What do you want to do with it?"
Right.
Like, what's wrong with you? Why did you do that?
I think that with this one, it was too done. They didn't want to cancel it because it was too done. Like
guaranteed that's what happened.
Yeah.
But somebody was like, "Hey, other Concorde's done." They're like, "We can't do that anymore, man.
Yeah.
We gotta take out all that shit." The whole thing's ridiculous.
So this should be surprising to absolutely nobody. But on the PC, they took that EAC out of Marvel Tokon, and apparently it runs just a whole fucking lot better.
I saw
whole shitload better.
I saw a video comparison, and it is fucking night and day.
Yep,
it's fucking bad how different it is.
Do you remember like 2 years ago when the fucking EAC chairman was like, it doesn't do anything. You guys are just complaining about nothing.
Yeah.
And then every time they take it out of a game, it runs way better.
100 times better. The footage I saw, it was like the game would like max out at like 40 frames a second and would never stay.
Yeah.
And then without it was like 60 consistent. Smooth as fuck.
Yep.
Faster.
Yep.
Gorgeous. And everybody's like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, it
and it's only the PC version, by the way, that feels like that.
Yeah.
The PlayStation one is wonderful.
Yeah. We played the PS5 version. It was nothing. We had no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing the offline mode, but apparently even on the PC, that mode is not as good.
Because I didn't realize how bad it was, because they had already done an update to try to fix some stuff, and it did fix some stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's still that different says a lot.
Yeah. We got another story from Sony. So there is a little micro developer called Terranox Games. This is like a one-person development studio, and they put out kind of weird games. One of the games they put out on the PlayStation was called Finger Trainer, where it's just pressing the L2 and the R2 buttons, and a bunch of stuff happens in the background while you're doing it. They came out with a game on Steam called Stonks 9800 that's like a throwback to 90s anime, and then you're buying stocks and you're doing mini games and you're dating people and blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So the developer of this was like, yeah, so I was getting ready, I was porting this to the PlayStation, and then I got an email, and Sony was like, yeah, you can't put that game on the PlayStation. And also, all of the rest of your games have been delisted, and you're not allowed to put anything on the PlayStation anymore. And then they wrote back, and they were like, and also, we're not going to communicate with you. We're not going to write back when you're like, hey, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
Sounds like they got caught up in that thing that happened.
Yep, they got caught up in Sony's attempt to try to unfuck their store of trash.
There's still a lot of it, by the way.
Yeah.
So they're still desperately trying to figure this shit out.
Yep. But yeah, it genuinely sucks because this developer, they made a bunch of little. They're like a one-person studio that's made a bunch of little games. They just like making games. They put them out. Most of them have positive on Steam. Some have very positive. Some are mostly positive. But there's little anime fucking games that they put out. And it sucks that they got swept up with this. I feel like we've seen a number of stories over the last few years about when people get caught in these situations and like the companies just refuse to engage.
Yes.
And that's what sucks more than anything. Like it would be one thing if they got knocked off and then, 2 weeks later they were like, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it turns out you weren't one of the zombies we were trying to shoot, basically.
Right. Because,
because these are actual games.
These are actual games. They're not like the best games.
The problem is when you look at them from like without a microscope, essentially,
right?
You can see why they would think they were, or they weren't games.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference, like the difference between independent one-person developer doing micro games and like AI slop trash achievement or trophy games.
Yeah,
it can be difficult to spot, and I think that I think that what's happened here is that Sony doesn't want to spend any time or money trying to figure that out.
No, if anything, it would be. I would think it would be even funnier if they had an AI stopping this.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happening here.
Yeah, it sucks, and I hope that they manage to get back on there, or at least manage to make a little bit of money on Steam.
Well. If anything, the news puts them up front and center.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of front and center.
Speaking of stuff that's not on Steam at this point. All right, there was a Star Citizen 1 hour live stream, The Siege of Orisan. This was supposed to be showing you the status of this billion-dollar game. You could currently play this game if you pre-order it, but apparently in the live environment, it's just like riddled with bugs. It doesn't run very well.
Apparently this was like a specific event thing that was designed to make it easier to like play with groups or something. Well, I forgot. There was an explanation for it.
So the explanation was that it's running in an internal environment that's supposed to be optimized on a build that's not public yet. It's supposed to be showing you how it's supposed to be.
How it's supposed to run.
How it's supposed to run.
Here's the thing, because everything I mentioned was what it is publicly, but it doesn't work publicly.
Right.
So they're like, hey, we're going to show you what it's supposed to be like, because this isn't on a public server. This is on our own developer server where there's nothing that would stop it from working.
Controlled environment.
It turns out that controlled environment was already on fire. Because holy shit.
It's also, there's two parts to this story. One, the game is fucking like broken and stupid. First off, before you do anything else, I watched a little bit of this. I couldn't stand to watch much of it.
That's a lot of clips.
First off, this is Star Citizen. What they're doing is a 4-person FPS raid on a place. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not playing this for the fucking halo of it. Where are the fucking spaceships, you dorks? Like
that was, I think, the thing that surprised me most, because I forgot that Star Citizen was supposed to have things that weren't ship related.
Yeah.
So seeing them play a game. I don't know. That sounds bad. Seeing them play a first-person shooter option in the Star Citizen was hilarious.
So I could find this.
Because, Jesus Christ, there's so much god-awfulness in this entire thing.
First off, the game doesn't look very good.
No.
Like, it just looks generic and bad.
In fact, it reminds me of Destiny a little bit.
Yeah.
The way it looks.
Worse looking.
Yeah.
This isn't even the worst one, but there's a point where one of the guys is like, I have to turn off subtitles because the subtitles are so much text that it's literally taking up like the entire bottom third of the screen. Like, this one isn't even the worst. This one's like twice as big as this one. There's one point towards the end where the guy's like, I can't reload.
Yeah.
I just can't reload.
There's another clip I saw where they're like, hey, we got all this loot and like health stuff, and the guy's like, I didn't get anything. Yeah. Like, it's just everything is fucked.
It's like whenever they get radio contacts, it's like the entire the entire like dialogue, the entire paragraph of dialogue comes up as a subtitle,
and he's like in front of his aiming at some point.
Right. So a lot of bad shit happens. By the way, they also wipe and don't complete the mission.
No, that's right.
So this is where the guy's like, I've got to turn off subtitles because it's so fucking big.
Because she keeps talking.
Yeah, there's like
just keeps adding more paragraphs.
A lady that keeps talking. There's just these huge fucking paragraphs taking up the bottom fucking quarter of the screen. So there's that thing where the game doesn't, 1, look good, 2, run good, 3, look fun at all.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like any kind of fun. Like, say what you will about Wolverine running in a straight line, but like, if this is the alternative,
yeah.
give me this fucking straight line with the coins in front.
The GTA leak looks incredible.
Yeah.
Now, but
and then the other part of it is that everyone involved with this seems to fucking hate each other.
oh, they turn on each other and start blaming each other immediately.
There's like thinly veiled hostility, sniping, just general shittiness everywhere.
It's so bad.
This one guy just keeps saying like, oh, you know, fucking Gary over there is going to be the first one to die. Mark my words. He's fucking shit at this game. One point, one of them brought up, I was watching it, it was like, yeah, you know that Jared doesn't like cheese. And he's like, I don't want to get into that, man. Like, I don't want to get into that. They're like, you don't like cheese? Like, I don't want to get into that. I eat it on pizza. That's all I'll say. Like, I don't fucking want to get into that.
Yeah, there's like one point where they're just like, well, this is supposed to be so-and-so's job.
Right.
Or whatever. And you're like, you guys all hate each other.
Yeah.
You're having the worst fucking time.
Yeah. So the game doesn't look good, and the people making it don't look like they're having any fun. And also, this motherfucker currently has $1 billion worth of funding.
Yes.
You know how many video games have $1 billion worth of funding like this? And I don't know, maybe GTA 6? Maybe.
I think GTA 6 is supposed to have slightly more.
Yeah.
Slightly more?
Slightly.
And it's GTA 6.
It's GTA 6. Yeah. The bad version online looks better than this.
And then the way the stream ends is even funnier.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of the guy who like introduced just went, yeah, dude, you need to wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Like
the stream master was like, well, I don't know, maybe we should try to run it again. The guy's like, no, we're out of time.
No, we're out of time.
Now the fact
it's your show, you got to finish it.
I will give them credit to the point that they let this stay up on the internet.
That's my favorite part.
Like
they didn't take it down.
They didn't take it down because they knew what was going to happen. It would just be a Streisand effect where everybody would know it. But honestly, like, if I was a person who had given these fucking jabronis money, I'd be like, I want my money back. Is this considered okay to show to people?
Here's the thing, Jeff.
Okay.
The Star Citizen people are self-aware to the point where they know that they are the only fan base that I know of currently that is not Bethesda related.
Yeah.
Where they expect their games to not work.
All right. Well,
so like they've already what was the term? It's sunk cost. Sunk cost.
Yeah.
It's a sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
They've already put too much money in. They've gone too far.
Yeah.
This Ponzi scheme is going to pay out eventually.
We got to really. You know what? Oh, I know what this is. Boy, oof. I have a reference, Michael. You know what this reminds me of? Is Battlecruiser 3018.
Oh my god.
Because you remember that motherfucker was in development forever, and it was supposed to be this like big epic space thing, and then when they finally shoved it out, it just was fucking busted and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And nothing worked, and it had this huge development. So even though I believe that game eventually got fixed, but
this game,
it looks terrible.
And you remember they announced that, you know, that story mode with Henry Cavill and all those fucking people.
Fucking Gary Oldman and Gillian Anderson. And
they spent the money.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard anything about that mode since.
This motherfucker did Wing Commander 4, but like 12x.
Yeah.
Like, and Wing Commander 4 was kind of considered a flop. Like, it didn't sell very well, and it came on like fucking 12 CDs because of all the FMV that was in there.
I once bought this like super edition for that game at a half price books because we were curious. Because it wasn't like a film thing canister.
Yeah.
It was
like
huge.
Fucking Mark Hamill and fucking Biff Tannen and like it was a whole Hollywood
shit
cast.
Was wild.
Malcolm McDowell was in that game.
You can watch the whole thing on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah, and he hasn't learned shit.
Nope.
So there you go. Well, somebody who has learned a little bit is, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this whole thing.
It was impossible not to because holy shit.
Rideshare Stimulator. We talked about it last week where they put out a trailer for it and it had some some digs at Randy Pitchford, but there was specifically a person that was one of the writers that was fired, and they were like, yeah, they fired me so they could use AI for this. And then the CEO of Saber Interactive got crazy on Twitter.
Yes.
Personally attacking this person. Not like we regret any conflicts that we had. They were like, who the fuck is Stella? I had to ask Claude because I didn't even know. If fucking hack writers want to come over and call me a big jerk, then I'm calling them a jerk. Except I don't even know who they are because I'm too busy on my fucking plane eating caviar. And it was like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
And then I remember he ended it with going, we were going to tell you guys there was AI in it eventually. He's like, no, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
Based on that fucking thing.
Put a pin in that because we're coming back to that.
What the actual
anyway,
fuck, man?
Stella Sacco, the writer, basically came out and said that Matt Karch, the CEO of Saber Interactive, like directly got in touch with them and apologized and said that they wanted to try to make it right, and that and they said that they accepted their apology. They're not going to post it online because it was, a private thing between the two of them. They kind of considered the thing resolved. Obviously, this person still is like, I don't agree with the AI bullshit, but like, at least this guy on Twitter stopped attacking me personally and said I'm sorry, which is like a miracle, an internet miracle, Michael.
He had to, though. That's the thing. He showed his whole ass on the internet.
I mean, normally you just wait for 2 weeks and then
hope that it blows over.
and then
yeah.
it's gone.
Just gotta get a pint, wait in the Winchester until it all blow over.
Yeah, fucking delete your Twitter. Go to Barbados. Have a few drinks on me, and then come on back, and we'll just keep going.
This man went nuclear. He's fucking hilarious.
He went so fucking weird. It was, I don't know. It was totally weird.
It was so insane.
But yep.
For a game that looks like nothing, by the way. For a game that nobody gives a shit about.
An asset flip of Crazy Taxi if it was boring.
Yeah.
Like, what if Crazy Taxi was made in Unreal Engine 5 and kind of sucked?
If you wanted me to be interested, you would have been making AI Offspring songs.
Right. This is the only acceptable use of AI is making infinite AI Offspring songs.
I want to see what you do with that.
And you tell the AI, they'll have to start with yeah.
Every time,
every single one of them. But wouldn't it be weird if you were listening to the radio in the new Crazy Taxi and you kept hearing yeah, but then you had no idea what was going to come after that? Like, I don't know what the fuck this song is going to be about.
It's going to be super specific to whatever you're doing for some reason.
Like that fucking song in Basketball.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you knew exactly what I was talking about.
I did. Let's see. Speaking of developers, Ron Gilbert last week announced Thimbleweed Park 2.
Yes. We talked about that a while back.
Yeah. Big announcement. And so there was some investigation. I think Schreier broke this stuff from Bloomberg. That was like, well, how did this happen? And they talked to Ron Gilbert, and he was like, well, I don't like to make deals with publishers because they always want, what is the specific thing he says? I don't mind the publisher earning back their money. It's just that once they've earned back their money and become whole, they still want the majority of the money. Or they're really goofy terms, like you don't make anything unless it's a major hit. I always felt that was unfair. So he talked about making Thimbleweed Part 2 with a bunch of publishers, and they were like, nah, not really. He'd done a Kickstarter thing in the past, and he was like, yeah, that didn't work out. And then apparently he was just kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And a friend of his was like, you know what? I know a guy who's rich, and he really likes Thimbleweed Park. And Ron Gilbert's like, oh, that seems sketchy. So apparently he gave him the email address. They started emailing back and forth. And the rich guy was just like, I'll give you good terms, man, as long as you make me whole again and I get a copy of Thimbleweed Part 2. You can have $2 million. And he was like, okay. So,
see, this is the world I would live in. If I was rich, I would be calling random-ass studios being like, hey, you know that game that didn't make a lot of money?
Right.
But I want you to make a sequel to it, like, real badly.
Right.
So if I gave you, like I don't know, like $10 million, would you make Mad World 2 right now?
Right. Yeah. And that's great. That means that he doesn't have to deal with any of this bullshit. And
I love that for him.
Thimbleweed Park 2. Like,
this needs to happen more. All you rich assholes, get off your and make games for sequels to games that you really want sequels to.
Somebody go to Bethesda and give them money until Prey 2 is an actual thing.
Yes.
I love the remake and everything, but I really wanted to play that Human Head Studios Prey 2.
Somebody hypnotized Jeff Bezos specifically to spend money on games that nobody made sequels to.
Yeah.
Only that.
Yep. some sad developer news. Warren Spector came out last week and basically announced that he is retiring.
Yeah, I heard about this on accident, actually.
Yeah.
Because somebody was talking about Kingdom Hearts and Epic Mickey came up, and it was for the reason you mentioned, for the levels looking similar. Yeah. And then the other reason was because of the Oswald show.
Oh, right.
They're doing the Oswald show, and that apparently, like, the Epic Mickey team's annoyed that they're like, this is the return of Oswald. They're like, fuck you guys. We were the return of Oswald, basically.
We made that shit happen.
And so finding out that Warren was retiring was bittersweet because the man makes very well received games. Even though the last game we played of his, it had potential.
Yep.
But the problem was nobody knew it even existed.
It was $5 and it didn't get any traction, and it was an unfortunate. That one, I think, probably all of the work was there to make that into like a single player game.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was focused as a multiplayer stealth game was like, but it had cool shit in it, like, you know, fucking bebopping along over the chandeliers to get around the fucking guys. And the second level had those ghosts in it, where it was like, oh, what am I gonna do now? They're ghosts. Anyway, he came out and he basically said, yeah, I'm probably gonna be done with video games. He says he's 70. He's got age and health problems that, you know, he wants to do. He says he's not going to be like completely gone because he still wants to do like teaching and seminars and consultancy work and stuff like that.
That's fair.
But he doesn't want to be like the main guy on games anymore.
He's also getting to an age where the stress alone on this sort of thing, it must be a massive pain in the ass. But he's made some of the greatest games of all time,
of course,
or at least helped make them.
I mean, fucking Deus Ex.
Yeah, Deus Ex. I love Epic Mickey for what it is.
Yeah, Ultima 7. That was a huge one.
He was System Shock, right?
Thief the Dark Project, System Shock. Yeah, Epic Mickey. He's had a few. You know, he hasn't done. I mean, we're talking about Ron Gilbert. Ron Gilbert's made his fair share of trash games.
Yeah.
But, you know, Warren Spector has given it a shot, and it seems like
that list alone is really good.
Yeah,
like that's not nothing to scoff at.
Absolutely
basically.
not.
Some people there's some people that are like quote unquote famous now.
Yeah.
Who keep coming up for the one game they made.
Right.
Everybody's like, what's David Jaffe, the guy who made the one God of War game, up to? Basically, where this motherfucker's got like all these fucking amazing games, and nobody wants to know what he wants to think about God of War.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, it's good. It says write books, deliver lectures, and maybe do some consulting work.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Well, speaking of immersive sims, the Arcane Austin that got closed, one of the former developers, Harvey Smith, has created a new studio called Black Pony Immersive. Sometimes when these studios come out, I'm like, I don't, because I think that was it the Thickest Thieves studio was called She's a Good Horse or something like that.
Something
it was
like
very
that.
weird.
Yeah, very strange namings some of these people do.
Yeah. Harvey Smith is putting together a new studio with a bunch of the ex-Arcane Austin folks who got dissolved.
That's fun.
And trying to make something new. They don't have really anything big, but they've got a bunch of names from people that worked at Arcane and Insomniac and Epic and Avalanche and Volition. So
it turns out it's a pony simulator. Nobody expected that.
It's an immersive horse sim.
Yeah, it's all about ponies specifically.
Horses can crawl through vents just as well as humans can. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, I'm happy to hear this. There's especially because all this is happening in Austin.
Well, this is the thing that I've always said, that I'm always happy when it happens, which is that whenever a bunch of people are let go, unfortunately, I'm always happy when they all come together as in a completely new thing.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge chunk of talent all together that probably worked on different things depending on where they came from, that you might get something really fucking special out of them.
It's not a good thing, but one of the things that I think is happening that we are going to be seeing is the amount of talent that's been cut loose out of the video game industry, with the ability to form their own micro teams and try out new stuff without having the corporate overlords breathing down their necks. That, I believe, is how we got a lot of a lot of our indie gems, was
100%.
People who got tired of, because I don't think people remember. You guys have brains, that back in the day it was like, oh, you go and make Deus Ex, and then once it ships, your fucking team gets dissolved. You guys are all out of work. Go find another job, I guess. And a lot of those early games is people who got tired of that shit and just formed their own teams to be able to do stuff. So
it was very rare for a team to stay together very long in modern gaming for a hot minute there.
Yep.
I think Japan was one of the few that still was actually keeping teams.
Yep. Well, speaking of getting fired, Xbox. With this, I said we had a little bit of Xbox news. South of Midnight now on Steam, instead of listing Xbox Game Studios as a publisher, lists Compulsion Games as the publisher.
That's an interesting change.
So this is like having them fully separate. You know, you don't get to keep your name on it. This apparently Psychonauts 2 still has that on there, but as they divorce, apparently this is getting changed up. So, I mean, it does indicate that, you know, the separation is happening.
I'm still happy, though, that studio is still around, because I liked South of Midnight so far. I haven't really gotten that far into it.
Yeah.
I've only started like a little bit of it, but I really like its aesthetic and everything. And a lot of the times those first tries aren't what they're remembered for. It's the second try afterwards, and that's what I'm hoping they get a chance to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We also had a story out of Bethesda where they talked about there was like a rally last week in a bunch of different places with the 1BGS like union for Bethesda, kind of protesting the people that have gotten laid off from Bethesda.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that kind of came out of this was an interview where one of the older developers was talking about how, like, previous to the purchase by Xbox, Bethesda used to be an incredibly stable place to work. Like, there were people that got let go, but that it wasn't nearly in the volume or as often as it seems to be after they got put with Xbox. However, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep going to bat for companies.
No, it's okay.
But the idea is, like, that's true when you were making like 10-year developed RPGs, but when you put your foot in the Fallout 76 realm, live service has turnover. You know, Elder Scrolls Online could become unpopular one year, and then like that team, you know, Starfield development is fully staffed. You're not going to take everybody from there and bring them over here. So part of this is the idea that, I don't know, everything gets laid at Microsoft's feet like they're fucking cackling villains going like, "Mwahaha, fire 10,000 more. It's the only way I get hard in the morning."
Yeah, like you said, like it's a different climate. Like, it wasn't even, like, as you mentioned, Fallout 76 happened just before they were bought out.
Yeah.
Like, if Microsoft hadn't done that, that still would have happened, I feel, with the Fallout 76 thing, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Same with Elder Scrolls Online. And the other difference is that they, you know, the games that kept coming out were smash hits every time.
Right.
Like, you had Fallout 3 smash hit. You know, you had fucking Elder Scrolls. You had Skyrim smash hit.
Yeah.
You had all these things that were consistently like doing well, and then Starfield happened, and then on top of your already like live service turnover, it starts to look bad, even though, you know, that was one fucking misstep.
I also think that there's a little bit of I think that you can also throw a little bit of, like, it's not like Starfield was the biggest drop, because a lot of people, Fallout 4, Yeah. Like, I'm an on Fallout 4. Like, I played all Fallout 4. I'm like, I want to protect my fucking settlements, Todd. I don't give a shit about my settlements. I want to go on fucking post-apocalyptic adventures, not do my settlements. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, we got another Fallout game. And it's like, great. Do you fix the single player? And they're like, no, it's online, and there's no enemies.
There's no actual like, anything
there's
going
no
on.
quests. It's just a bunch of random enemies, and you make your own fun. I'm like, what? Fuck you, Todd. I don't want to play that. They're like, well, what about a new Elder Scrolls game? I'm like, okay, well, that sounds cool. MMO. Like, MMO? What year is it? Fuck you, Todd. And so, like, you know, for me, it's been like disappointment after disappointment after disappointment.
Well, like, that's the thing, is that, like, realistically, for a lot of people, that was the thing. Because there are a lot of friends I know that are like that, too.
Yeah.
But the general audience did actually like Fallout 4. Yeah. And the general audience eventually ended up liking Fallout 76.
Yep.
Eventually. It took some time. It took a very long time, in fact.
Shit wouldn't fly today.
No. If it started the way it did now, and it would not have worked out.
Yeah.
But Starfield failed even the general audience, which was rare for them.
Yeah.
And so it's such a huge misstep that it looks really bad in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why everybody's, well, this was Microsoft's fault. They're like, this was going to happen either way.
Hell,
like, the fact that they've been working on this game forever.
Fucking Elder Scrolls 4 isn't fixed.
Yeah.
Like, the Switch 2 version came out and it runs better, and they were like, yeah, we're going to try to get those updates into the other consoles. Like, what try?
Yeah.
Fucking fix the game. I paid money for it. Like,
exactly. they're in a weird spot, and the fact that this is happening is it's normal at this point for them, unfortunately.
Oh shit, I've gone over. All right, lightning round time. Tides of Annihilation, like weird game with the fucking Knights of the Round Table with the Lady Bayonetta kind of thing. What's her face from Mass Effect dropped out as a voice actress.
Oh yeah,
for the main character.
Yeah, Jennifer Hale, I think.
Yes, they put out some new footage, and people are a little bit weirded out by the. They think that the face on the main character has been changed. The developers came out and said, "Well, we changed a little bit of the shaders, but like the geometry is the same."
Yeah, shaders do a lot for a person's face. People don't understand that a lot.
Yeah, she does look a little different from the ways that she looked before.
Yeah, I can definitely see it a little bit.
But I don't think it looks different in any way to get upset about.
Well, it's not the Peter Parker thing. It wasn't like Peter Parker PS4, Peter Parker PS5.
Right.
Like, it's not that drastic.
Yeah. Let's see. There's going to be an FPS games show.
The fuck does that mean?
September 3rd. Apparently,
it's going to be like Gamer, the movie?
Apparently, so apparently, like, okay, if you want military shooters that are first person, this is where you're going to go. There was a sub-story where apparently they talked about, like, it costs $300,000 to get your trailer into like these like festivals and stuff.
Oh, this is a showcase.
And this is a showcase, yeah, that they're putting together for specifically FPS games. And when I watched it, it made me realize that there's a lot of FPS games, and I have no interest in them whatsoever because they're all just like these hardcore military, twitchy, fucking Escape from Tarkov, Rainbow Six, fucking War Dogs and Hell Let Loose, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, the majority of these I've heard of that I don't care for, and then the ones that I've not heard of, I'm sure I will not care for either.
And the trailer is violent as shit. It's just a bunch of realistic people shooting each other with guns.
And I'm also saying this as a guy who likes shooters.
Yeah.
The thing is that like the reason I feel I'm not not into the idea anymore is because of, like Jeff said, everybody's very twitchy now, and I don't have the reflexes for twitchy. I didn't even have the reflex for twitchy in Call of Duty 4 days.
Yeah. Let's see. A pin I put in before. Modern Warfare 4, or the Activision put out this thing for Gamescom that was like a picture of a soldier. It's at Gamescom 2630, August 2026, Modern Warfare 4 at Gamescom. And people were like, that is AI. That is an AI-generated guy, at which point they took this down, and Activision said, earlier today, an image was mistakenly posted to one of the Call of Duty accounts. It included a temporary render from a marketing style guide. The image was a placeholder and not taken from in-game. We've taken it down. I believe I'm going to just put this stake in the ground. I think everybody already knows this, but I'm just putting this flag in on this podcast, Michael. They're just going to start lying to us right to our faces. Like, no, that wasn't AI. That was a temporary placeholder that a guy made, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, you're just lying. Yeah. That's just a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
There was no mistake. That was a lie. You got caught. You wanted to generate this shit for $0. You did it. You put it up. You got caught. Own it, bitch.
I heard about another one that was like that, where there was an AI thing that they got caught on.
Neverness to Everness?
No, it was some James Pond thing, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they were like trying to remaster James Pond, and they showed something, and they're like, we didn't use AI, and they're like, it's clearly AI. The fingers on one hand is different than the other.
Right.
And you've changed a bunch of things on another character that was not supposed to.
We talked about this with the Kingdom Hearts thing, where it's just like, you're just fucking lying to me. Like, you're just lying to my face. And what's irritating to me is it's like, if you motherfuckers think it's okay to use this, stop lying to me about it. Tell me that you're doing it and own the consequences of your fucking actions.
Like, they
children.
try photoshopping them to make it look like it's not, and it's getting hilarious.
Neverness to Everness put out a thing, and this one was funny because somebody forgot to take the watermark of the Chinese AI generative tool out of the image before they posted it. Which Neverness to Everness already has issues with the AI things where they were like, we're sorry we didn't reach the quality that our players deserve, and so we're going to do better. And it's you're just lying. Just lying.
All insanity.
Yep. A recent survey that came out said that gamers are apparently getting a little bit more comfortable with AI in video games. There's a lot going on here, but basically what it says is that younger players are a little bit less sensitive to this sort of thing and don't kind of care.
It's true though, but that's because they don't care about a lot of things.
Yes,
and I don't mean that as a bad thing necessarily, but I also do.
Yeah,
but that's just because they're their world is different than ours, and I say that as somebody who grew up in a time frame where the internet didn't exist long enough for me to be able to live without it,
right?
Type of thing. They are in a world where that's not the case. So technology and TikTok's full of AI and all these things are in their face all the time.
Yep.
So it just sort of becomes ingrained in them.
Yep.
And that's kind of the issue.
It's about 30%, about a 30% uptick in teenagers and stuff. Also, I just don't think that they really understand. I just don't think they care.
They really don't.
Who gives a shit? Like AI, not AI, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. There was another interview by another manufacturer from overseas that said that the NAND stuff, what they use for SSDs, is probably not going to be coming down in price for the next 4 years. We keep putting this stuff out, we keep hearing this because that's how long it would take to get more manufacturing. There is another, I probably should just cut that one, but there was another researcher who did this report that said that so they were doing the math and they were like, if the next gen consoles are $1,000, there's a very good chance that you might lose up to 38% of your audience.
Oh my goodness.
Because
it makes sense though.
People just don't have that fucking money to be spending on video game shit, and the current shit looks good. Like there's
they said no reason.
And so they suggested 3 different things you could do. One was right now it is projected that new consoles will be 2028. So push it out until the hardware stuff starts to stabilize. You can get the prices down. 2, the companies making the consoles need to eat it. They need to make it $700 and just eat the fucking, like, it's just, you got to eat it to get it out there. Or 3, do something besides put more chips in. Like, do something innovative that is not just shoving more chips into the existing systems.
We're stuck. That's the problem, is that, like, as much as I would love to be like, you know what, I want to see what the next generation of consoles look like.
Yeah.
I know I will never be able to afford them currently.
Yep.
It's just, it's too much. I can barely afford steak lately.
All right, here's a fun one. Speaking of the cost of hardware, thieves in China were caught who were going to these Chinese gaming hotels and busting open the gaming PCs that were in the room, taking the 5090s out, replacing them with 3060s,
oh my God,
and then selling the 5090s on the black market. And apparently the way they got caught was there were power problems in the room and they requested to be changed. And when the handyman went in to try to look at the power problems, he noticed pry marks on the outside of the PC case. And so the people checked into their own names and they tracked them down.
Oh my God.
Fucking got them.
Fucking idiots.
Apparently they did about $12,000 worth of damage total.
You're going to jail, guys.
Yep. And last but not least, I don't know, we'll just make this last one. We got some footage for a game called Star Wars Magellan that Zynga was making. That was apparently kind of a third-person action adventure game with various classes that was kind of in the vein of that Star Wars Hunters multiplayer game.
I remember hearing about this leak, at least, or whatever this is.
Yeah.
But it's like, it reminds me how many Star Wars games never actually get finished.
Right. I wonder why that is, because it seems like Star Wars is popular enough and there's enough money rolling around, and this looks relatively like it. I mean, it's not done, but it's not wireframes, man. Like, it's got lighting engines.
There's a lot of characters you can use. There's a lot of actual stormtroopers. They're not like placeholder stormtroopers.
Yep.
Like, these are all legit assets.
I wonder, though, for part of me, the way that I'm looking at this with the cooldowns on these things, I'm wondering if this was mainly meant as a live service PvE game, and that's why it got shut down, because they were like, live service doesn't make any money, don't even bother with this shit, it'll be offline within a year.
Well, I heard this like leaked from a guy's portfolio or something, like a guy who was like posting his portfolio and this popped up on it.
Yeah,
but I don't know when this was even canceled. That's the thing. Like, depending on when it goes canceled, that might explain a little more, but I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know. This website MP First said that they got the footage from a build. I'm not sure if they said where, because I don't think they want to get anybody in trouble. But yeah, it looks like a fully featured fucking game. So I don't know.
And it looks pretty cool. And it had to have not been that long ago because it showed one of the guys from
the prison droid guys
from Rogue One.
From Rogue One, yeah. Yep. I don't know. It seems really hard to just make a Star Wars action game.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, in all those years when the MCU was popular, how is it that I didn't get a single fucking Iron Man or Captain America or Hulk? I mean, I know that there were games that were technically.
We didn't get anything.
Technically.
Well, that was the funniest thing is we didn't get anything after Phase 1.
Right.
We got Phase 1 games that were 90% terrible.
Right.
And then we got nothing after that.
Yeah.
Except for like Disney Infinity shit.
Right.
I was like, what are we doing here? And how is this happening to Star Wars?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
how do you keep making Star Wars games and not releasing them?
Why do we not have Star Wars games? Why do we not have Marvel games? What the fuck is happening here?
don't know.
These are both very. Why do we have DC games for that? Why didn't we have an Aquaman game? Like, what the hell? Like, surely somebody has to be like, this is a license to print money. How many bad Fast and Furious games have there been? And I can't get a fucking third-person Star Wars action game? What the hell?
It's a weird world.
What the hell?
We need to get Vin Diesel on a Star Wars game, apparently.
Apparently.
Make
All
it a
right.
spin-off.
With that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We come back. I got more Star Wars, so stick around. We'll be back for that in just a minute. And we're back. And I promise Star Wars I shall deliver. There's some bullshit happening right now where apparently there's a new skin.
Oh, wait, I know about this.
Yeah, that like you can only get by going to Disney, to Smuggler's Run at Disney, and then you get a really ugly skin.
Yeah, at first it was
incredibly ugly.
Because I saw the thing, it's like, get a free Fortnite skin. I'm like, oh, that's fun, a free Fortnite skin.
Yeah.
But then I read how you get this free Fortnite skin.
Yeah.
And it is not what I thought it was.
You got to go to the Smuggler's Run attraction. And I even think the skin is fucking horrible.
It's actually, like if it was a normal free skin, I'd be like, fine, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty fucking stupid now that knowing what you're supposed to do to get it.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck are you talking about, guys?
Anyway, speaking of stupid-looking Fortnite skins, Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 4 has begun.
Yes.
This
has begun.
The video game one. And, okay, whatever. There's like some fucking Virtua Fighters. There's some Crash Bandicoots and Mortal Kombat.
It's the ugliest Crash Bandicoot I've ever seen, by the way.
Long Sonic graces us because you can't have a tiny short Sonic.
Well, that's the same with Crash, because Crash is like a long Crash Bandicoot.
Yep.
Because you can't have a short Crash either.
Yeah, but at least with Crash, he's like top heavy, so it doesn't look quite as fucking weird.
That's true.
Because he's just kind of got slightly longer legs than before. But with Sonic, it's like you got these really long Sonic legs that just look fucking doofy as shit.
They came out with like a comic tie-in thingy that explains why he looks like that too, which is even weirder.
Anyway,
they're like clone bodies or something that Tails made. I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Sure. Are you excited, Michael? You're my Fortnite guy. You got Jokers in there. You got big Rams and Pac-Man stuff and all Tetris blocks, all kinds of video games in your video game.
I want to be excited, except for the fact that everyone looks really stupid.
Mega Man, full-size Mega Man.
Oh, the full-size Mega Man's not egregious.
Yeah.
But Crash looks fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
There is two characters that everybody keeps calling the I couldn't get Nintendo's permission characters, which is there's a guy that looks... He has like an adventurer type look to him with an eye patch, which makes him not Link because he's got an eye patch. And then some random like fox kid in a go-kart because it's clear they couldn't get a Mario for a Mario Kart type thing.
Okay.
It's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just funny to me, this entire thing. And also being like this huge video game thing, only one of the characters is in the battle pass of all of the characters they've shown.
Wow, okay.
And it's Sonic. And so you can only get Sonic via the battle pass.
Sure.
Everyone else is part of the store.
This looks fucking nuts. Every time I watch this trailer, I'm like, I don't want to play. That's too much. That's too much.
There's
man.
a lot happening.
Too much.
I actually haven't touched Fortnite in a while. Mostly because I just haven't had time.
I kind of like the Virtua Fighter looking lady with the scan lines on her and shot.
Yeah, there's some cool like designs for some of the more original ones.
Yeah,
like there's some like 8-bit sort of like there's like a Jonesy that's like a square type thing. Same with the banana guy. and them.
Peely.
And it's clear that they're going to release every like shop video game character they were able to have still. So you're probably going to get the Street Fighter ones back and the Mortal Kombat ones that you can buy again.
Yeah.
People are wondering though whether or not you can get the ones that have disappeared entirely, like the Kratos one.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe even the Raiden one, because the Raiden hasn't been back in a bit.
Is Alan Wake probably in there?
Yeah, Alan Wake is another one that hasn't popped up in quite a while. Maybe they'll bring Dave back. Dave the Diver was back.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows?
Yep. Let's see.
Just nightmare characters that were not designed for that.
we got a couple of Call of Duty trailers. This one for Modern Warfare 4 is meet the new squad. It's like a bunch of guys, Korean guys and a few American guys that are kind of in an APC, and it's kind of they're passing around an earbud. One guy's listening to Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
And then they're talking about Wu-Tang Clan. There's like this one white guy who's like, man, don't listen to that shit. You need to listen to Pantera. Of
course, the one guy.
His like senior officer is a black guy, and he's like, and Jones, if I ever hear you talk shit about Wu-Tang Clan ever again, like he goes this whole thing about Wu-Tang Clan. It's funny because I haven't seen this level of like soldiering in a car since Battlefield 4 and with what's his name?
Yeah,
Omar.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen something like that from one of these shooters.
Yeah. But I don't know. It caught my attention because of the Wu-Tang Clan, and I was like, I like.
Well,
Wu-Tang.
they aren't nothing to fuck with.
I like Wu-Tang Clan. Nothing actually happens here. Like it's just them all kind of talking.
Yeah, they're trying to get you to like these people first. So and I can't recognize any of the actors, which is really a good use.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see like what this one ends up as, because the idea of it is better to me than a lot of the current stuff that they've been doing. I like the idea of it. They also had, of course, your obligatory action montage because it's beta weekend if you pre-order the game.
I see.
And
remember when betas used to just be betas and not pre-order bonuses?
Well, I think with Call of Duty, you pre-order and you get access to the first beta, but then there's a second beta that's like the everybody can play beta.
Well, that's because people started catching on about the beta,
right? Apparently, it also has parts of the campaign, which you played in the beta.
Yeah, I just saw it say try campaign for a second.
Yeah, and then they've got that new. I don't know if I've had you on when we talk about it. That new level where it's like a randomized level where it like brings up 3 different pieces of a level and kind of puts them together in an 8v8 like kind of scrum match that changes up.
I like the idea of doing that for a shooter.
Yeah,
like that's one of the things that like shooters I think sometimes because people memorize shit so often.
Yeah,
that would probably help out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, as always, it looks fucking incredible, but I know that this isn't going to be my experience when I play Call of Duty.
No, every action montage you see from Battlefield or Call of Duty or even Fortnite, you're never going to have that exact experience. It's just never will play out like a Hollywood movie.
I shouldn't call it out here because what we saw in that Fortnite trailer was not at all what was going to be happening to you when you played Fortnite.
No, people were going to be doing I don't even know what the kids are dancing to anymore. Doing the drippy or whatever the fuck they call them. I don't know. Flossing.
I don't even know. I don't even know enough slang to be out of date at this point, Michael. My backpack kid dance? I don't know. I don't know what dances anybody's doing anymore. Anyway,
they're doing the Carlton. That's what they're up to.
We got a new marathon update.
Oh, okay.
This is called Ordnance.
Oh, I heard about this.
Ordnance Heist. So this is not a single player thing.
No.
This is a multiplayer run where you do objectives over the course of like 3 or 4 maps, and then if you do all of them, you end up with this really, really powerful gun that is immediately sold on extraction and you cannot keep and you cannot use on any other maps.
It also, this is what I heard about it as well. It only has about 6 shots and you can't find more ammo for it. And it's like, this is what you decided to come up with?
Yeah, it seems really...
It's also ugly as shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's ugly in that marathon way of the kind of blocky... brutalist kind of bullshit.
Well, that's what makes it even more unimpressive because of that. Like, it looks like it reminds me of the sniper, or not sniper, but I guess it's kind of like sniper gun from RoboCop.
Oh,
but weird looking.
Yeah, it's got like a lot of writing and branding on the sides and a lot of right angles.
Yeah, if this is their idea of content, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, this might just be content that they put in for because this is, like I said, this is PvP.
Oh, I
right.
see.
So the maps that you're in are going to have other people in them that are trying to stop you. I guess it's just the idea that like, okay, well then what you get is a really powerful gun, but then you can only use it on the one map, and you can't take it with you, and it's like,
and
well,
for only like
minute.
6 shots, and you can't find anything else
The whole
for
fucking point of the extraction shooter was to extract, motherfucker, extract. So
It's really, really stupid that you would have so little ammo for it too.
I don't know,
because even every time they cut to them using it, it's got 6 shots in there. Like it never shows any more than that.
Yeah, and it's very slow rate of fire. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that'll help. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just waiting until they put in whatever the full PvE mode is. I'll give it another try at that point. But until then, I'm donezo. Things I am not donezo with, Michael, as Star Wars Zero Company. Last week we got a very blurry features trailer for Star Wars Zero Company.
Really?
This week we got a full story trailer, and I'll be honest with you, like most of the trailer here is cutscene. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize there was this much cutscene and story. So there's like a specific like sect of kind of cultists called like the Spiral or something like that, but they have this weird fucking shit on all over them, and that's like kind of what your Zero Company is being tasked to take out. But the thing is that as I watched this, I was like, dude, this trailer is like 2 minutes long, and most of it is high resolution, like good looking Star Wars cutscenes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that we had this. I thought it was going to be a little bit more bare bones, especially last week, because they showed that there's like the XCOM map where you're doing stuff, but like this looks great. This looks fucking fantastic. Like I'm really more excited than I feel like I should be for this.
Well, because we were expecting it to be more half-assed, but that actually means that they put into a lot more work in this than I expected.
Like, there's like voice acting and characters. There's one point where one of the Mandalorian characters is like, it's time for you to do the thing that we talked about. So there's gonna be like side missions and characterization, and I'm like, oh fuck Fire Emblem, I want to play this game.
I want Star Wars to be able to branch out more. Like, I want this game to do well.
I like the fact that they made up their own bad guys, that it's not like Sith Lords or the Empire or whatever, like or whatever. I guess they can't, because technically you're working with Imperial troops, like you have like stormtroopers and clone troopers on your team and stuff. But
that's what I like about it. It's a game that's about, like, it's not just the Rebels versus Empire,
right?
Like there needs to be more story. This has always been my issue with Star Wars games, is they're also obsessed with Rebels versus Empire and Jedis and stuff, that they forget that this Star Wars is a huge fucking world that you can make. It was the reason why I wanted Outlaws to do well. Yeah. Because it wasn't just about that. Like, we need more like branching out Star Wars stories, and I'm happy for that.
Also, I don't know why. It's maybe just because of the way that they've been showing off the game with like very much the specific like tactical gameplay, but like these cutscenes look good.
They're pretty good.
Good looking fucking cutscenes full of interesting looking characters that I want to get to know better. Like, I don't know, there's a bunch of action shots that look very thrilling and exciting, and I'm like, yep, okay, yeah, you got me. I definitely want to check this out. So I'm hoping this one ends up being I hope this ends up showing that EA has absolutely no idea what to do with Star Wars outside of just like giving developers carte blanche and being like, yeah, you do whatever. Like, they canceled the fucking Fortnite PvE Zynga game that we just looked at. And then but the XCOM one is getting a full release with this much production behind it?
Yeah, Respawn got theirs canceled, but yeah, the XCOM one survived. What a strange world we live in.
It is. But yeah, anyway, that's coming out in like a week. It's coming out the end of the week when you hear this.
Yeah, it comes out the same day as the Metal Gear Solid thing.
Yep. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter Fate, a.k.a. the Hades one, is doing an update. This is their final update to finish their storyline. It's called The King's Gambit, where they're putting in the last, they're like actual final boss, as well as some DLC characters and some skins, some paid-for DLC characters and paid-for skins. But I don't know who this big vampire-looking motherfucker is. He's not Shredder or Krang.
I can't tell what it could be either. But if it's a comic thing, I don't know. I haven't read the new ones.
They're adding in the big turtle. Slash, yeah. As well as some skins where they're all like ancient Japan, like samurai armor, basically. Yeah. So I forgot this game was still getting updates.
I just assumed they were done because I bought it when it was on sale because it goes on sale all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, you can buy like the special editions for them really easily nowadays for a decent price. But there's some really cool stuff from that game, and I plan on legit playing it one of these days.
Yeah.
But I still haven't yet.
That guy, I don't know who that guy is. Looks like a Nosferatu.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like some kind of samurai Nosferatu.
Maybe he's
guy
like an original character. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there's probably still going to be DLC out there in the future, but this is basically 1.0. Like the story has now a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, yeah, there you go.
And they're going to have a platinum edition that has all of this.
Yep. At some point. Let's see. We got an Onimusha, a new Onimusha trailer. This one was all about Miyamoto Musashi. This was not a very good trailer, Michael. The bit rate on the capture is really low for some reason, and it kind of looks bad. Like it's real washed out.
I feel like Onimusha's had a few trailers like that for some reason, and I don't know why.
And then also I know we laughed about it, but I forgot until I went back to this that oh yeah, the English voice actor has this British accent.
It does not sound like what he should sound like.
What? This is not at all what I think this motherfucker should sound like. So I'm kind of hoping that they have lip sync for the Japanese track.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, which sucks because I've liked everything that Capcom's put out this year so far. So, but yeah, that's coming out it's right around the corner.
Yeah, and we're debating some stuff with it too.
So, yep, September 4th.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Very soon.
2 weeks.
Bees? Sorry.
Mortal Shell 2 launch trailer. Dude, it's so funny. I'm gonna let people in a little secret who listen to the podcast. Michael, I'm going to have beaten this game by the time we do the dojos for it. I'm already very close to the end of this game.
That's pretty rare for you, by the way, doing a game before the dojo for it.
Yep. It had that early access on Monday. Technically, it came out on Thursday, today, the Thursday of this week, but it had early access, 3-day early access. And I was literally playing the beta again on Sunday because I was just bored. And then I woke up on Monday and I saw the thing and I was like, oh, no, yeah, because it's like a $50 game that if you buy the $60 version, you get 3-day early access. And I was like, yes, I will do that.
No, I get it.
And I haven't been able to stop playing it. It has consumed my entire life. I fucking love this game. It's so much better than the first one. It's so cool and metal and fucking crazy. The stuff that's in here, here's a boss fight where a guy rips his own arms off and fights you with the sword that's embedded in his head.
Jesus
Christ.
That's
one of the least crazy things. This guy with the giant mouth he shoots shit at you that will poison you. It's kind of a hard fight. The execution moves are great. There's a minigun. There's ladies with fucking accordions.
Gigantic asses.
You punch an accordion grandma in the face. There's all these things. Every checkpoint is like a Breath of the Wild dungeon that you get to go into, and some of them are like puzzle dungeons. So it's completely I have one complaint with this thing, but otherwise, so far it's been one of the best games I've played this year. And everybody's fucking talking about it, and fucking I love it.
If anything, it just makes Lords of the Fallen 2 look stupider.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Michael, I feel like I just talked all the way through it. Any thoughts on Mortal Shell 2?
Not really. I think generally it's one of the best looking games that's related to the Souls genre.
Yeah.
That isn't a Souls game.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this a while back, where you're just look, everybody's I want to make a Souls game, but nobody's actually done it correctly.
Yep.
Except for Mortal Shells, because then you thought because you liked the first one enough that you're like, this is a good try at doing this.
Yeah.
And if they do another one, they might figure it out. And according to you, they have figured it out.
Yeah, because Mortal Shell 1, they had the harden thing, which was an interesting way to do things. This one, the main thing about this one is it's just got enemies and environments and features out the ass. I found a hidden area. Just kind of, I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? And then I went over there, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And they were like, oh, touch this thing. And I was like, okay, what happens when I do that? And like, oh, you're in a dungeon. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this dungeon? And I cleared it out. I got to the end. They're like, here's a key. And I was like, oh, what's this for? And I looked it up online, and it's like, oh, this is to unlock cosmetics for the shells.
Oh.
So you can make them look different. And I was like, what? I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't realize it was a thing. Fucking so.
What a great game.
I'm all about it.
So
I got some quibbles with it, but for what it is, it's great, and I hope that it does very well.
That's high praise either way.
Yep. Neo 3 Hell Rising DLC Volume 1 launched. This is the time travel DLC that takes you further forward into the future. Neo 3 has like a whole time travel element to it where you're going between different Japanese eras and interfering with historical things through the lens of the Oni hunter. And I don't know any Japanese history, so I don't know what the fuck any of this is supposed to be.
I know. I'm sure if you go far enough in the future, though, you're running the mat.
They were just like, yeah, it's this guy. And I was like, who's that guy? I looked him up online. He's like, oh, he's a famous general. And I'm like, okay. I also don't know anything.
What's the funniest thing when you play like a game that's like about his history? It's like, isn't it amazing that you talk to so and so? And like, if you don't know history, you don't know why that's interesting. Because I don't even just mean for Japanese games. Like when Assassin's Creed does that, like there's just like, isn't it cool that you talk to so and so? And you're like, I don't know who that. I don't know French history. I don't know who that fucking guy is. Type of thing.
Yeah, they've added in a few new weapons. One of them is a sword and shield. There's also pistols, apparently, in the game now.
Oh, that's fun.
As opposed to just the matchlocks that you had in the main game. This is a whole big new map that you'll go to that has, like, objectives and checkpoints and all that stuff on it. Guys, I mean, I talked a lot of sugar about Mortal Shell 2. Neo 3 was also very good. It's basically Neo, but open world like Elden Ring, except that you go through these. There's like 4 or 5 different open world maps that you go between, and it's great. So if you catch it on sale and you're interested, go check it out. It's a lot more accessible, even though I think that the switching between samurai and ninja mechanic was a little half-baked because I just never used the ninja.
Oh, okay.
But then there's that. You remember when we played the... we play the demo for it?
Yeah, we played the demo.
Where it was like they've got those flashing red attacks where you have to switch in order to counter them. And I was like, oh, God damn it. I don't want to play the ninja. I want to play the samurai.
That was the one thing they did is, they kept forcing that onto you.
Yep.
But that happens, for games like that.
Hey, that Mafia the Old Country DLC also came out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 missions with the Don Salieri from the original Mafia, but back in his early days. I was watching this trailer and I realized that the problem with Mafia the Old Country is that it's like 90% cutscene.
Yes. It really wants to tell you the story, which normally would be good, but for a game, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's more stuff for you to do. I know that this update, or that this is also adding like radiant events in the open world that'll happen, which they didn't have before. Because I remember when they were like, hey, we added the open world where you can now drive wherever you want to. And it's like, well, does anything happen? And like, no. But you can drive wherever you want to. And it's like, okay, well, fucking...
Yeah, that's always the funny thing when a game does something like that. It's like, you can now explore. I'm like, does anything happen? Why would we want anything to happen?
Right.
Like, well, that was the whole reason I wanted to move around.
So, I don't know. It seems like if you like it, if you're into this sort of thing, then yeah, sure. Give it a shot.
Hopefully it cycles through whatever its stuff is better than LA Noire did when it had that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We got the launch trailer for the Sinking City 2. Man, I did the dojos for this last week. Frogwares, a company that I like, even if I'm somewhat cooler on their games than I am on the company as a whole. But this one's interesting. It adds the kind of wife, the main character's wife, who's in a weird coma, and you're trying to figure out how to fix it with all this weird Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah, they added a lot more of just, or at least right away, at least, than these trailers of the insane shit.
Yeah.
Because the first one, I felt like, was not nearly as, like, right away Cthulhu-y.
There was less action, and this one has they amped it up. I think what they realized was that it was like, it was good, but to make it great, you just got to like fucking turn that shit all the way up.
Yeah, because the other one was more detective-y.
Yeah. It was more based on their Sherlock Holmes games, but that one did have action in it. It wasn't as much. This one has a lot more action. In fact, I got my ass kicked when we played it.
Oh, okay.
By like the tiniest of enemies. There was like these tiny little jumper enemies. I could not fucking get a beat on them, and they just kept killing me. I kept running out of ammo.
They're using the odd job thing.
Yep, pretty much. But crazy iconography in this trailer. Like all kinds of weird shit happening.
It's really cool looking.
Yep.
I never really played the first one. I always meant to, though.
I heard good things, but I also heard good things about their Sherlock Holmes games, and I didn't want to play those.
I saw a lot of stuff on the Sherlock Holmes games, and they're not for me. So.
It's also, I gotta say, I don't know if they're gonna patch it or if anybody's considering it, but like when you run this shit on a PS5 Pro in performance mode, it's a little blurry.
Really?
In a way that I don't like, where it's obviously lower. They've had to lower the resolution, and I hope that they optimize it a little bit. If you want more horror stuff, we got a 19 minutes of Silent Hill Townfall.
Cool.
Just kind of showing more and more about it. It's interesting. I watched this all the way through. They have a kind of interesting thing where in the beginning you're using the little handheld television to find a location, like to keep showing you a house.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of walk around until you find the house that you're looking for, and in between it's ladies saying like, help me. When you finally get to the house, there's a little puzzle that you have to do where you're trying to open up this medical chest. It did lead to a thing. I'm glad I read a news story about this where the power in the house is out, and under the stairs there's like a device where you could put a prepaid card in to turn the power on.
Interesting.
And I was like, well, that's a weird gameplay conceit. And it's like, no, that is real. That's real. Like in some places in the UK, like you could buy a fucking $20 worth of power and just you put it in the meter and it gives you $20 worth of power. And then once that's done, you got to go reload your card. And I'm like, what? You fucking damn bitch, you live like this?
Yeah.
Like,
you Brits are weird, but that's interesting.
Yeah. It looks really good. Like it's from a first person perspective. It's very. It's giving me like PT vibes because the first person perspective.
Yeah.
And because of the town. Once they kind of get to a point where you're seeing enemies, they show off how like the character has to go across the street to get one of the prepaid cards to put in the box. And when he's out, there's like enemies, and he's using the little handheld TV to see them, because the way that it works is as you hold the TV, you can tune it, and then when you tune it to a specific place, you can see the enemies through the walls.
That's really cool.
And that's how they're dealing with the fact that it's not a third-person game.
Yeah.
So you can do stealth because you can actually literally see the characters through walls. There's a lot of sneaking around, and everything looks good. Like it all looks really nice. They have a bit of a time skip towards the end where they show like what appears to be the other world, the Silent Hill world.
Oh, I see.
Where it's like bright red everywhere, and there's a lot more monsters. They show at one point him get just a big plank to hit guys with, and another point like a gun with very few shots, but a couple of shots will put down one of the monsters.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, everything is, I don't know, everything is looking good for this one. Jeff's axiom is the last Silent Hill was good, so you have my attention. You have some credit in the vault.
Yeah.
And if this one gets good reviews, then maybe you'll have to go on the sequential list at some point, but
it's when Silent Hill's good, it's really good.
Yeah.
But when Silent Hill is bad,
it's
oh boy,
real bad. Real bad. I do like the fact there was one point in here where like there was literally an enemy outside. The main character runs into an enemy, and they're able to just like back up into the room that they came out of and close and lock the door, and that is enough to like keep them out until they're able to watch them through the wall and see them go away.
I love that though, actually,
which is pretty cool.
Such a great thing, a human thing to have the option for.
Yep. Here's a weird one. You know Remothered?
Yeah.
The game that has what looks like Jodie Foster in it?
Yes.
But it's not Jodie Foster. They've got the new one, Remothered Red Nun's Legacy, got a release date trailer. Up until now, I had seen a few trailers for this. It's like a woman who goes to this orphanage where their kid died, and there's a bunch of weird, creepy nuns in there. And I was like, oh, so this is going to be like one of those clock tower runaway and hide things. And then as I was watching this trailer and it went along, there was like shooting and hitting and blasting on nuns with like pipes
Oh, Jesus.
and like stuff. And I'm like, okay, all right. Again, you now have my attention remothered because if it was just sneaking around, I didn't want that. But if you get to hit a zombie nun in the head with a metal pipe, I do want that.
No, I'm back on board. Yeah.
I am interested in that because this series has always had a really creepy vibe to it, but it's always seemed to just be kind of more exploration and puzzle.
Yeah. I never really, because I kept forgetting it was part of a series.
Yep.
And so I'm curious what happens with it.
This is the third one, actually. So October 27th is when it's coming out. Yep. Oh shit, we got to move a little faster. Okay, there's a game called Baptiste. This is a game where there's like a creepy puppet. There's like a creepy fucking ventriloquist dummy, and it's like chasing you around, and there's a bunch of weird shit happening, and it looks like one of those kind of Unreal Engine 5 slop games, except I like the fact that it's got a creepy fucking weirdo little puppet guy in it, and
I feel like we moved away from the ventriloquist dummy trope too quickly.
Yeah,
especially after watching that It's Always Sunny episode.
Yeah, so I want to check that out. That's coming out sometime soon. He's got too many wrinkles on his puppet face.
It's very weird. It reminds me of a Jeff Dunham puppet.
Yep. Twisted Tower got a launch trailer. I'm not going to belabor this too much. Michael and I played this.
This thing was awesome.
Fucking BioShock in a carnival with a fart gun, and we didn't get the shark gun.
No,
but we did get a bunch of other weird guns, and there's a bunch of Goofies and Mickeys and shit coming at you, and you got to rescue your girlfriend. So
I actually would want this to be on something other than PC because I really would love to play this.
The guy at the beginning, that Thomas whatever,
the Twister guy.
Yeah. What he did, he's one of the guys that's making that Into the Inkwell game, the rubber hose one with the mascot.
Oh, the guy, the Thomas Fresh thing.
Yeah. Not Tommy Fresh.
Yeah.
Thomas Brush.
Thomas Brush.
Unfortunately, Thomas Brush also is one of these guys that on his website is like, hey, I've got this course. You can buy it where I'll teach you how to make video games. And I immediately found people that were like, yeah, it's a scam. He just kind of teaches you how to do a few things in Blender that you could find out for yourself. So,
well, at least it's not him saying, hey, my game is anti-woke or something.
Right.
I'd rather him scam me than annoy me.
Darkest Dungeon, The Fire Edge had a release date trailer. Now, this one took me a little while. This is like trying to figure out what's wrong with this picture. Michael, can you figure out what's wrong with this picture?
They're all children?
Nope. This is DLC. For what game?
It's Darkest... Wait, isn't this supposed to be Darkest Dungeon?
Yes.
Why does it look like this?
That's what Darkest Dungeon looks like. You might be thinking of Darkest Dungeon 2 that came out like a year or two back.
Wait, hold on. Hold up. What?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Now I'm twice as confused.
Yeah, this is DLC for the original Darkest Dungeon that came back a fucking million years ago.
But why, though?
Because that's what they wanted to do. New classes, new characters, new environments, new places to go. I was like, as I watched it, it kept dawning on me about something is wrong here. And I was like, oh, wait. No, I see what's wrong.
I was like, because at first I was like, well, they look like children. I don't know if that's weird, but like the longer it went, I'm like, wait a second, we haven't said the word 2 yet.
Yep. August 18th. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. Remember that one?
Vaguely.
The retro one where it's
now I remember this now,
with the zombie apocalypse.
Where we absolutely got fucked.
Oh, yeah. It's got a 1.0 and console release window of March of next year. March 2027. So go watch our video for that if you want to know more about that.
It was a fascinating game. We weren't very good at it.
There's an announcement trailer for a game called The Watcher, which unfortunately we don't have time to go into that much, where you play as like a guy doing surveillance on another person. But then as time goes on, you get more surveillance, and then you also get like a gun, and then also you learn stuff about the people, and then also somebody is like, you're being watched, and so you've got to try to escape. And it seems like a weird thing that keeps ballooning into more and more.
Yeah.
Also, nobody has a face in this game. Everybody just has a fucking faceless skin.
Like they have hats and mustaches to add some stuff, but that's about it.
But I like
and hair.
I like what I'm seeing here. I like that it's kind of got a retro, what kind of Cold War-esque surveillance aesthetic to it that I like. But
really interesting stuff.
Yep. Let's see. Let's skip some of these things. And and bip, bip, bip. All right. Knockoff Battle for the Imagination got a new trailer. I don't know if you remember this one.
I do.
This is the one where it's just a bunch of fucking unlicensed action figures, and it's a fighting game where you're essentially banging them together, but this is what you saw in your head when you were making Gem and He-Man fight as a kid.
I thought it was a really cool idea.
Yep. It looks pretty cool. I don't think this has a release date or anything, though. Yeah.
Not that I know of.
So let's see. And then finally, we got a release date for Order of the Sinking Star. I don't know if you remember this, Michael, but this is the Jonathan Blow game.
Oh, I remember. The one with all the puzzles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it's just the top down. There's a specific name for this genre. It's called...
Blow games?
It's called Sokoban.
Okay.
So it's games that are all about kind of pushing things into various places.
Yeah, this was like a shit ton of different puzzles. I remember this now.
In their release information, they were like, yes, to complete all of the puzzles in this game would probably take a person 500 hours. And I am like, no, thank you.
Well, at least somebody heard that and went challenge accepted.
Right.
So.
Apparently, there is an ending that you can get without doing every single puzzle, but I'm like 5,000. That 500 hours is too many hours.
Too many hours.
And
for
I
all
don't.
puzzles.
This is a mini game.
Yeah.
In another game that I want to play that has like shooting and punching in between this part.
Well, they remind me of like Professor Layton puzzles.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Because they're so simple looking.
Yep.
But also complicated at the same time.
There's like a million of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Witness. All right. Let's wrap it up with a few quick things. Xbox Game Pass August 2026 Wave 2 got announced. Vapor World Over the Mind. I don't know if you remember this, Michael. It was a 2D side-scrolling Souls-ish game. It kind of looked like whatever the fuck that one game was from a long time ago. Do you remember this?
I generally can't say I do, to be honest. I remember the cover, but I don't remember the game itself.
It was like so 2D Souls game where you're kind of going back and forth. One of these like...
Okay, I vaguely remember this, but mostly because of the way it looks.
Also, mostly negative on Steam. So
yeah, it's probably not a good sign.
But we also are getting BlazBlue Entropy Effect X, which I honestly thought was on there. That's at Dead Cells.
I thought it was on there too.
I did too. Reloaded is coming back.
Okay.
Star Sand Island, which is I don't know, vacation bullshit. Arrow Knight Drop Shot. Blood Dungeon, that's the one from the Nidhogg guy.
Yeah.
Where you get all the weird, crazy shit, the Vampire Survivors, but 2D side-scrolling.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Residence of Plague Tale, which leaked, apparently.
Apparently. I forgot how, but like it was like a couple days before or something.
Yep. And then Young Sons and Shell Diver. Shell Diver is just some kind of like pixel-based, I don't know, vibing out type of thing. Oh, and Young Sons is like a 1 to 4 player space survival hanging out.
Oh, it's one of those
kind of game. So
there's quite a few of those nowadays.
More exciting than that is that Marvel Cosmic Invasion: The Siege of Doctor Doom or Castle Doom is coming out this fall. This is going to be not only there's going to be a whole new game mode.
Oh, thank God!
And I'm assuming that it's going to be like with the TMNT mode where it's like a roguelike remix type of thing.
I'm okay with that. That's really exciting, actually.
And there's going to be 2 more characters with it as well. And hey, it's coming out in the fall, so it's just in time for Doomsday. Look, a tie-in!
Yeah.
For fuck's sake!
I wonder who the characters will be.
I don't know. The last ones they announced were the X-Men.
Well, the last ones were Cyclops and
the Thing, yeah.
So I wonder if there'll be more. Maybe they'll have the rest of the Fantastic Four, or maybe just Mr. Fantastic. I don't know.
Who can say? Epic Game Launcher is getting a Linux port. I think that Epic has seen the writing on the wall for Steam Decks and Steam OS systems, which are all Linux.
Yeah.
And they want to have their own way for you to get access to the Epic Game Store there.
Another way to ignore Epic Games.
Apparently, it's not just going to be like a port, but they're making it so that it natively runs in Linux. It's funny how Linux is kind of having a moment with the Steam OS thing.
That's really the reason anybody started talking about Linux again, as if it was the day-old thing that everybody loved for years and years.
Yep.
Because we used to make fun of people who use Linux.
Yep. GOG's latest game preservation game is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Oh, nice.
This is very interesting. They made a whole video on it where they talk about the specific technology that they used to basically allow you to have an unlocked frame rate, to have ultra wide monitor support, and a few other things. Apparently, this stack is specific to DirectX games. So they'll be able to basically use this for other DirectX games.
That was a lot of games back then.
Yeah. Also, they put the Prince of Persia Sands of Time is on sale for $3.
Nice.
So I bought it because that's basically free.
I still can't believe Ubisoft dropped the gigantic ball. That was the remake that they had announced.
Yeah, this is what happens when you try to run a 4:3 game in like widescreen, is it zooms in because it's still trying to keep the camera in a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yeah, so everything's all weird.
And everything doesn't work. So last week we got the news that Halloween, the game, will not be available in Australia because they refuse to classify it, because it literally has a mechanic where you take drugs and it makes you better at the game, which they don't like over there.
Okay.
However, and I do not have time to go into this because it's fucking complicated as shit, it will be available in New Zealand, but only digitally.
Okay.
And it has to do with the way that the various organizations that do stuff in the area work.
Okay.
But so, yeah.
Yeah, they changed the drugs into didgeridoos.
That's right.
It's completely different.
Subnautica 2 had an update with the buddy system, so adding more of the multiplayer mode that people want. It's got like emotes, and you can put down markers, but the biggest thing that people are talking about is it's got proximity chat, which is fun.
I love that sort of thing in these games nowadays.
Yep. But what's also fun about it is when people get too far away, it doesn't sound like they're farther away. There's like more and more like static, as if they can't like reach you. So they've done a little bit of work on that.
I love that.
That's great. There's also a few new cosmetics and a few other things. So yeah, check that out. Should have put this one by the last one, or another one. Control Resonance physical release is getting delayed. So the game is coming out digitally on September 24th, but the box copy is going to take October 15th before you can get access to it.
If anything, this gives me an excuse to pause my time for Wolverine. So
yeah, I don't know. I gotta beat that. I gotta beat Mortal Shell 2 before we do the dojo, just because there's too much. The fucking Star Wars game comes out next week. Wolverine comes out the week after that. Fucking Blood of the Dawn Walker. What do you mean Blood of the Dawn Walker? That's like a fucking RPG. What are you doing to me here?
So much stuff, guys. September's packed.
Yeah. Anyway, that's coming out soon, so keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, also that Fire Emblem is coming out this month as well. So
fuck, I forgot about that too.
You remember that Castlevania Apple Arcade game?
Yeah, I kept wanting to play it, and then they never fucking released it on anything.
Yep, it's getting shut down. And here's the thing, it's getting shut down September 3rd. So like in 2 weeks.
The fuck?
And like as of the time that you're hearing this, even if you were to go out and get Apple Arcade, you can't download it because the 20th, it's today, the day we're recording this, it stopped being available for download.
This is a shame that the Castlevania had like these new little games that were regulated to mobile shit nobody had.
Yep.
It was very frustrating.
Well, the only upside to this is it's very possible the way that Konami is working these days, they might take it, hand it to Evil Empire once they're done releasing that new Castlevania game and be like, make this single player. We'll sell it for $10 on Steam. We already paid for it.
That's true. They've done that to a few mobile games they had.
Yeah. And then we'll wrap it up with a few fun, quick things. Remember the Minish Cap?
I do.
Okay. So you know those crazy motherfuckers out there that are like porting Ocarina of Time to PC native so that you can do all the crazy stuff on it? One of those same crazy motherfuckers, this is so fucking weird, they ported the Minish Cap to the 3DS.
Really?
Like, not the PC, but the 3DS. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Minish Cap was a Game Boy Advance game.
Yes.
So they literally added in touchscreen support on the second screen with like inventories and maps and various features.
Fascinating.
As well as a screenshot button, as well as like other stuff, to the point where you can now play. And so it's I don't even know, do they sell R5 cards for the 3DS?
Yeah, ever since the internet thing shut down, people were able to start.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't have to worry about the store or whatever being like, you don't have the thing anymore because it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, yeah. There's no checks. Yeah, so it's weird. And then also, they're doing the thing that this team has done where they're like, you bring your own ROM. We give you no ROMs. Also, this doesn't cost anything. Also, I don't have a Patreon or anything. Just have a good time. These guys have learned. These are the rules for putting out Nintendo shit.
They also mentioned the Link to the Past in that headline.
Yep.
Did they do anything for that?
Let's see. Oh, I think there is a... let's see. The developer's been keeping busy recently, judging from the 3DS. There's also a 3DS port of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
That's my favorite one.
So,
they did the same thing to that.
Yep,
fucking nice.
Put it on the 3DS. They put the entire start menu on the bottom screen, and yeah,
that's awesome.
You can fucking play that shit on your new 3DS. I don't even know where my new 3DS is.
I only have a normal new 3DS.
I wonder if it has 3D.
I don't know. That's something that's difficult to put in there, I'm assuming.
Display modes, wide, mod, stretch, and original aspect ratio. ZL or C stick can hold turbo when turbo is enabled. Okay. Yep.
It kind of just makes me want to buy one, but they've actually started going up in price because people figured out how to hack them again.
Oh.
So.
Speaking of high-priced stuff, so David Perry, the guy who founded Shiny Entertainment.
Oh, that crazy bastard.
Yeah. Is selling off a computer space arcade machine. This is one of the original
interesting
arcade games. It's like a little space combat thing. It did not take off.
I bet.
It was very large. Pong was really the first one, but this was one of the first ones.
It's an old school thing.
Yeah. The thing is that the plastic housing on this thing makes it look like it's from fucking like THX 1138 or something.
Yeah, it's like an old school. Like if it showed up in the background of Logan's Run, you wouldn't bat an eyelash at it.
It did show up in the background of Logan's Run, actually.
I was fucking joking.
The article was literally like, nobody played this except for they put it in Logan's Run. And I was like, well...
Oh, fuck me.
That was why I paused for a second. Because I was trying to think of something besides Logan's Run. And then when I said THX 1138, you said Logan's Run. So there you go.
Fuck me. Yeah. That was incredible.
Yeah.
So lucky guess. Lucky me.
This thing is not normally seen outside of game museums, and he sold this one off for about $20K.
That's pretty good.
So
for something
this is also
super
the
rare.
Two-player version.
Oh,
so
interesting.
The one-player version is like Asteroids, where it has buttons. It's all buttons.
Oh.
And the two-player version has sticks, which is a little weird.
So the the single one is probably rarer then, if that's the case.
Last time I heard the single-player one that sold was $60K.
Damn. Okay, that's much rarer then.
Supreme. We haven't talked about Supreme ever on the show.
Yeah.
You know Supreme, that they just put their fucking logo on shit?
Yes.
They're putting their logo on some analog pockets in their next big drop.
Interesting.
There's a red one and then a gold one, and they've been modded so that when you turn them on, it has the Supreme logo that comes up. For anybody who forgot, Analog Pocket is the Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced legal emulator tool that you can use.
The gold one's actually gold.
Yes, it's actually gold.
24 karat gold.
Yes.
Okay.
No prices.
Yeah.
The original Analog Pocket is about $240.
So yeah, the gold one's going to be like $400 or $500 probably.
They're always sold out. You got to get on the waiting list if you want them.
Especially because they're not the Supreme one.
Yes, the Supreme one.
You got to wear the jacket at the same time.
Fuck. I thought we were over Supreme. I didn't think Supreme still existed. The
memes, I think, is what kept them alive.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Supreme memes.
And last but not least, speaking of shit that I will never spend money on, the OG Xbox, Lego OG Xbox.
I heard about this.
This motherfucker is $330.
Jesus Christ.
It is the size of a regular original Xbox, which I'm like, but why? It was too big.
It was very big. So was the controller, by the way.
It's got a Duke.
It's got a Duke Lego controller.
Lego Duke.
Oh my God.
It's got a bunch of like internal weird stuff that's happening in there, like a lot of them do.
Yeah.
And then it comes with three little dioramas: a Morrowind one, a Halo one, and a Psychonauts one. Where apparently, if you put them on there and you hit a button, it makes like noises or something.
Oh, that's fun.
That's cute. But I would never, ever in my life spend $330 on fucking Legos.
No, or at least not for that specifically. If I spent it, it would be on like a really nice Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
But for an Xbox, no.
Hell's no.
Especially because the Duke was gigantic to begin with.
If this is regular size, man, fuck, I don't have a place for that shit.
I always think of that old Penny Arcade comic where it's Gabe he sits down, he's got a giant grizzly bear.
Right.
He's like, hey, did we get a new Xbox controller? Because I think I like
feels
this
lighter.
one smaller. I think I like this one better.
Yeah.
But it's like a large fucking grizzly bear. Shit was ridiculous.
And that's our show. Michael, where can the people find me? You're not over here helping me run down the news.
You can find me on oneofus.net. We just started coming out with the Annecy Animation Film Festival coverage with my good friend Mashle, as well as you can find me on YouTube under Supermaniacs. It's a Superman podcast I do sometimes.
There you go. Patreon.com/RageSelect, where you go if you want to help keep RageSelect alive. It takes a lot of work to do these podcasts. I have to read so many fucking news articles. So help me help you. And now, everybody, get the fuck out of my house. I got to play more Mortal Shell 2, Michael. I only have 48 hours until we do the dojo, and I need to fucking 100% this bitch. All right, out now.